I see what happened. I see what happened. Hello, by the way. OBS decided to reset my microphone to the default setting because it does that sometimes, which is annoying. And I fixed it, but in a different scene collection than the streaming one, because I forgot I wasn't in that one when I first started setting things up. So anyway, hopefully you can hear me now. Can you? You're supposed to be able to. OBS says that you should. So let me know if I'm still muted. But hello! Also, for anyone on YouTube, hopefully I can, yeah, the chatbot doesn't seem to want to show YouTube chat in the same thing that it's supposed to do. So, there's going to be a lot of back and forth of windows. It's fine. I've got it set up. I think we're gonna be fine. It's gonna be the average sort of chaos, the normal amount of chaos that my streams usually are, right? So hello, everybody on YouTube and everybody on Twitch, and also thank you, Clara, for 29 months. How has it been? 29 months, and also thank you, Pops, for 7 months. Hello. Yeah, big number, Clara. I don't understand how that number's possible. I mean, like, I do logically, but like in terms of realizing that I've been streaming for that long, not so much. And then, let's see, what better way to de-stress after your driving test than this? Yes, congratulations, Pops, for passing your driver's test. Oh, hey, maybe Botrix says that it's there. Somebody in YouTube type something into chat and see if it'll turn up on YouTube chat. Whether it turns up in OBS is an altogether different question. I'm gonna do a testing. Oh, something into chat and see if it. Wonderful. Thank you, Dragon. We'll see what it does. It's looking like. Oh, Botrix has correctly joined the channel. Wow, Botrix, that took a good 6 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna hold on. Don't worry, everybody. It's fine. There we go. Now I can see. Okay, good. Well, that's good. Now I can see YouTube chat in the same window that I see Twitch chat in, which is excellent because we all know how easily I miss things that are right in front of me. So, yeah. But anyway, hello. I am sorry that I missed the last few. Last week, I was almost fine to stream, but then I started feeling really ill sort of in the middle of the day, and then I took a nap thinking it would help me feel better, and I woke up and I felt worse. So I was like, yeah, we're not streaming then. And then I think the previous week, it was just going to be, the previous week was rough pain-wise, so it just wasn't going to happen. But we're here today. We're doing some rock art in Minecraft. We're going to be doing Scottish rock art because that's my theme for the season. And it may just be my theme for Archaeo SMP in general. There are a lot of Scottish archaeologists who really want me to build a lot of stuff in Minecraft, and I don't think we're going to be able to do it all in a single season. So you guys are going to get a lot of Scottish archaeology. But yeah, and I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I am working on a video for the rock art, which is part of what we're doing today. And that hopefully will be out like sometime next week. I have to check, because theoretically there might be a sponsorship for that video, but they haven't talked to me about it yet. So depends on how long we make the season. Exactly, yes. We have a general sense of how long the season will be, but it's kind of like the season will be a minimum of this long. So technically it could go longer. I don't know. But yeah. So yeah. Trying to think if there's anything else, but I don't think so. Also, actually, and this is, if you're on YouTube or on Twitch, one thing that I've started doing, because I've found, yeah, it was in the general info, Clara, but it was like, again, it was like a minimum, like, the season will not end before summer of 2026, I think, but it wasn't like a hard, we're definitely ending summer 2026. It was like a guaranteed until then, and then we'll chat with everyone on the server and see what we feel sort of situation. But yeah, it was definitely like we at least do 2 years on this season. I hope that makes sense to those of you who are on the server. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh, in terms of YouTube, but also on Twitch, I have started doing, for my YouTube channel members and my Ko-fi members, I've started doing member-only videos instead of member-only live streams. They're basically live streams, they're just not live. So I've been playing through a Highland song. The first episode of that released last week. The next episode of it is going to release next week. The first episode was a bit chaotic, but it went significantly better than the second episode will go. So if you want to see me faff around in video games that aren't Minecraft but are maybe archaeology themed or Scotland themed or a combination or language themed, that's a nice way to get access to that. And it's the way that supports the channel. I get the most support out of like YouTube memberships, also Twitch subscriptions, but I can't give Twitch subscribers, it's a confusing thing. But YouTube channel memberships or Ko-fi memberships, you guys get that. And then there's also like various behind the scenes things and such. So let me actually give you a thing. We should be able to do this. Does this command work? It does. Cool. It turned up in the opposite order in my chat windows, so it looks like the link was posted before I posted the command. So you can do that, or you can head to my YouTube page and click the join button that's like right under the video. Or if you're already on YouTube, you can do that as well. It's just right under the live stream video. And yeah, and you can get access to my schematics as well. So the schematics, I've got 2 for rock art that we're doing, but then I'm also going to do, oh yes, thank you, Dragon. I keep forgetting I've got 2 separate chats to put links into. I've got 2 schematics for rock art, but we're gonna also just wing some of it today. And yeah. And then there's schematics for like all of the builds I've done on Archaeo SMP and all of the stuff from my Minecraft archaeology series. Aside from maybe Petra, I can't remember if I put Petra in there, because Petra's the one that I built with Pixel Riffs, so it's kind of like a joint project, but I don't remember if it's in there. It might be, it might not be. You'll have to have a look. But anyway, there's that. Otherwise, I think that's all the news. This is you not posting the YouTube link in the YouTube chat. I almost did that earlier. I almost like announced something in the YouTube chat, and I was like, oh wait a minute, no, it's just a link to the YouTube channel. It's fine. Yeah. Okay. Well, shall we? Well, it would help if I was actually connected to the server, wouldn't it? That would help. That would be good. Oh, right. Okay. Oh, dear. Hold on. I was in... Okay, it's a good thing I did this before I showed it to you guys, because... It's fine. I just... oh, also, shaders are nice, but they also take up a lot of processing power. So I was in, like, third person... but I was right up against the wall, so all I saw was my face, and then I was also zoomed in all the way because I was doing a thumbnail for the YouTube live thing. So yeah, so it's a good thing that I tried to sign in before bringing you guys in, because it was chaos. Yeah, I haven't done anything to the interior of this. It's much the same. Also, Clara put this in the Discord earlier. The snapshot news today is that they're adding Highland cows to Minecraft, so I don't have to have, like, my weird semi-janky resource pack that I threw together. So soon, once the content's actually there, so it's only in snapshot form, it might take a while, but once it's there, I can have actual Highland cows in Minecraft, which will be great. Yeah. Let's see. There's not a whole lot. I mean, like, if you've seen my latest video... Okay, there's a lot in terms... Oh, and also, hold on, wait. Hold on. I also went to moody brightness for the thumbnail, but you guys are gonna want to be able to actually see things on stream. So we'll do that. Yeah, okay, all right. I put everything. I'm organized. I'm an organized person. I promise. If you saw my latest video about crops and how carrots aren't orange, or ancient carrots weren't orange, that's the latest kind of change that I've done around here. This is still my villagers for extra villagers, villager breeding situation. And then I've got the farms over here. I haven't spent a whole lot of time AFKing at the farms. I got ill really quickly. So I have some stuff, but I don't have much. But as soon as I do have more stuff, I'm going to build a farmer's market over at spawn. But I also want to build like a kelp farm. And I have a design for that as well, so that it's over. I'm going to build it over at the beach that's over that way. There's like a shipwreck. Here, let me show you. Just in case. Some of you have seen this because the people who were on the server and helped me find this spot definitely found the shipwreck. It's a really cool shipwreck too. I haven't showed it in any of my videos, I don't think. It may have been like in the background of one, but I haven't talked about it in a video. But it's between two different chunks. So its wood is different, like halfway through the boat. So you have jungle wood here, right? And then here it's spruce wood. Because it's on the chunk border, it's different wood. Isn't that cool? I've never seen that, I don't think, in Minecraft. Or maybe I have and just not paid attention. But I thought that was really cool. So we're going to turn this into like a rocky beach, and I'm going to put kelp farms here. Well, at least one kelp farm. But today is all about rock art. And in proper... Hey, Hunter, welcome in. Thank you for 9 months. My goodness. We're going to do rock art. It's being properly atmospheric for Scotland. This is, yep, The rain is a thing. We had a really bad storm, basically like a Category 2 hurricane came through effectively. And thank you for the quacking. And part of our roof blew off. So it's fine. That sounds worse than it was. It was like, it was part of the bit at the top of the roof that kind of goes over the apex shingles, and it was only a small bit of it, but it did blow off, and some trees fell down, and yeah, so it's fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. Never gets old. The quack, I can't believe it took me so long to put the quack in as a thing, because it's easily the best thing I've ever done for this channel. Let's be honest. My last video is technically carrot, the best kind of carrot. Yes. Exactly. Okay, so we're gonna do rock art. We're gonna do some stuff around the base. But then what I also want to do is put some rock art around the server, and I'm gonna take out the coordinates so that you guys can't see where this rock art, like nobody can write down where the coordinates are. And I'll take like screenshots or something. I'll go to like just chatting and take a screenshot. If I remember, hopefully. If not, then somebody will come across some rock art eventually. So, in Scotland, and this is all going to be, your roof didn't fly into another popular streamer's house and cause damage there. No, it didn't, which is good. That would be bad. That would be really bad. The rock art that we get in Scotland, so the Neolithic rock art, so from the Neolithic to the early Bronze Age, so basically like 4000 to 2000 BCE, in Scotland, we get a type of rock art. Okay, I can climb up a hill, I promise. I can climb up a hill and talk about rock art at the same time. I know I'm disproving that theory, but, you know, manifesting. So, from 4000 to 2000 BCE, we get something called Atlantic rock art in Scotland. And Atlantic rock art is very distinctive. And it's not just in Scotland, it's in, like, Ireland and... Ireland, England, Wales... and then also parts of Spain and Portugal. And actually, you know what? Let me give you, hold on. Let me put some internet. Can I do this? Is this, hold on. I pushed the button. Did it work? Do I need to have the window open? There we go. Okay, so this is Scotland's rock art project. It's a major project that's been documenting rock art across Scotland for the last number of years. You can see they've been a member on Sketchfab since 2017. Sketchfab is a site where a lot of people store or put 3D models so that people can look at them. So this is all of their 3D models. And you can see, like, we have, this is Braes of Balach. Well, this is one of the stones at Braes of Balach. And we get, in Scottish rock art, Atlantic rock art, we get motifs where we have what are called cup marks, which are like this little circular thing. They're just little divots in the stone. Sometimes they can be quite deep. I'll show you some others that are. But basically, they're little divots. Those are cup marks. And then around them, we get ring marks. So you get cup marks, you get cup and ring marks, and then you get kind of variations on the theme, right? And the cool thing about Sketchfab, if you haven't seen Sketchfab yet, and here, actually, let me... is that you can change what you're looking at. So you can go to base color, you can change metalness. Some of these don't do anything. But the best one is you can do final render, or you can come down here to geometry and do matte cap. And that takes the texture off, but it leaves the 3D model. So you can really see where all the grooves are, which is really, really cool. There is also, you can do like wireframe. This is all of the lines and points between them that make the 3D model. It's kind of wild. It's not necessarily useful if you're not like analyzing something. And then vertex normals is also like more sort of technical stuff. Some people like it because it helps you see different things. But I personally prefer either like looking at the final render or the matte cap versions and kind of jumping between the two of them. So that's one of them. The other one I'll show you that was quite good. Which one was it? Do I remember? Oh, well, I wasn't thinking of this one, but this one's got some good cut marks. Look at that. Look at how large those are. So, and then this is, oh, that's the final render. Okay. All right. It doesn't, apparently it's not terribly colorful as a stone, but like they're just these little divots in the stone, and then there are lines between them a lot of the time. There are ring marks around them. But what's cool is that we have such a variety of them that like at no point in this project have they found any that are the same. Oh, here we go. Whitelaw Hill was the one I was thinking of that has loads of cut marks on it. Look at all those cut marks, and they're fairly deep as well. You can see they're quite distinctive. So the cut marks, kind of the degree to which, like the depth of the cut marks, some of that is just the choice of the original artists, and some of that is because of wear. If stones have worn down more, then the cut marks are going to be shallower because more of the stone has disappeared over time. But yeah, it also depends, like with cut marks, things like water will pool into the stone. So that will erode more of the stone that's in the cut mark. So it could be that these are deeper than they were when they were carved. And also another possibility, especially with ones that seem, I mean, I don't know how big this stone is, so it could be that these are not as large. There isn't really a scale in this, which is unfortunate. No. There isn't really a scale, but if these are big enough that you could put another stone inside that divot, a very common practice in later periods in Scotland was to have a stone kind of in a divot and to turn it as kind of like a meditative or prayer-based or spiritual thing that people did. And a lot of the time it was associated with Christianity, but it isn't always. So that if you're turning a stone against another stone, you do that long enough, it will also erode the stone. So we have like high crosses from the early medieval period where the base of them is now a divot because there's been a stone that's been turned for centuries, basically. So yeah, so you get cup and ring marks. You also get something called penannulars. If I can find it. Well, actually, okay, let me talk about radials first, because this is a really good example of a radial. So radials are cup and ring marks, but they also have a line going from the center to the outside. And they can, oh, I forgot about, no, go away. I forgot about Minecraft. Hold on. Let me get somewhere safe. I know you can't see. It's fine. I'm just running for my house. There's nothing to see. I forgot about the passage of time on a server. It's fine. It's fine. I got into tangent mode. I was like, this won't take that long. It'll just be a tangent. No, no. So anyway. Yeah. Oh yes, thank you. Hold on. I love that even though you can only see a tiny portion of the screen, you can still tell that I need to eat things. Right. Oops. So, the radials, as I said, they've got like a line coming out. And those sometimes, they don't all go in the same direction on every stone. They can go in different directions. And sometimes what they'll do is they'll join, like, if, say these ones, they could have a radial going from here to here. And so their radials connect the two cup and ring marks, which is cool when that happens. Penannulars, let me see if I can find it. This is kind of an example of a penannular. I want to find a better one, though. Oh, here's a really good example of a radial, though. Kirkdale House, number 4. Look at that radial. It goes all the way down. So they can kind of curve around as well and take on some weird shapes. It's pretty great. Let me see. Penannular? Penannular? Anybody want to give me a penannular? Apparently not. This is not all of the ones that the Rock Art Project has as well. They have 575. These are just their most popular ones. So let me quickly see if there's anything that I can spot easily as a penannular. I'm not quickly finding one. Okay, let me go back, because there was kind of a half example. This one. Okay. So, here, let me see if the mat cap... Sometimes the difficulty with this is that you can't really move them super easily, like the light source. You can kind of see. But hopefully you can see we've got the cup mark here, and then we've got a ring around it, and we've got another ring around it, and we've got another ring around it, and then those kind of go into other cup marks. But the rings don't continue in this part, okay? So penannular just means a ring with a chunk missing. And that's what this is. If you imagine this is like a cake or a pie and somebody's taken a slice out of it, so the design is missing, that's what a penannular looks like. So it's a variant on cup and ring marks, but it is technically its own thing. And so the cool thing is that we don't have any rock art that's the same across Scotland, across this 2,000-year period, right? And you would think with such simple shapes, we would find stuff that's the same. But we don't. They're always combined in different ways. They always have different numbers of rings, different directions of the radial, different types of stone, different, you know, outcroppings and everything. It's all really, really cool. So anyway, so that's what we're building. And I promise you that's not the entirety of the video either. The video has a lot more information, or will have a lot more information in it. So we're gonna build some rock art, and hopefully also not run into any potential creepers that I've spawned. Hopefully I haven't actually spawned any. Or they've disappeared. Because that would be a shame if creepers decided to explode my base. We're probably fine. I was up on the hill. It's not 100. It's fine. We're gonna roll with it. Do I have, what armor do I have? Okay, I don't need my helmet. I was mining coral, so I thought I needed respiration, but somebody very helpfully put a conduit out by the coral mining area, so it turned out I didn't need it. But yeah, it's fine. Had to get my swag on somewhere. Okay, so we want to put rock art somewhere. I do want it to be somewhere in this terrain near my base. One of the interesting things that we find with Scottish rock art as well is that a lot of the time it's like in places where people were living, but not necessarily on top of hills. Do I need a base lighting service? I would be open to a base lighting service. I mean, like, I could do it myself. I've just been, I just haven't. It's one of those things where I've been lazy. Also, it's good at Clara. Apparently, I've got a whole bunch. So I can put, Clara was asking for grass and dirt. Here's some, at least. So I can put that in your mailbox. At some point. Remind me if I don't in the next like day or so, but I will do it as soon as I can, unless I forget, in which case poke me. Extra conduit? Yeah. The conduit was great. Okay, so the other thing with rock art is that we find that people in Scotland tend to build near rock art. So people in later periods, they don't necessarily like. it's not like they're seeking out rock art to build there necessarily, but when they find it, they're like, hey, this is cool, and they build nearby. So I kind of want our sheilings to be related to some rock art. The difficulty is that this hill doesn't have a whole lot of like flat bits, but it doesn't need to be flat. So why don't we do here? I don't remember what all is in my, what's in each shulker box. There's a variety of stuff. I have plans. I also don't, okay, all right. There's a chest here, right? This was unplanned. This was just me not cleaning up after the beehive build. But it's fine. It's now it's convenient for storing stuff that I don't want in my inventory. It's fine. Everything's fine. We're gonna be traveling quite a bit today. It's all good. Okay, all right. We don't need the hoe. Okay. You'll try to remember to remind me. Excellent. Hopefully between the two of us, one of us will remember. Okay, so I'm not gonna worry about that yet. What I kind of want to do is let's grab maybe cobblestone because it's easy and I don't need silk touch. So if I forget, it's fine. And then, so what I'm going to do is Minecraft, for those of you who play the game, which is most of you, it doesn't have great scales in terms of like, being able to do intricate rock art that's like 2 to 4 centimeters wide when a block equals a meter. You can't really get it. So, but we do have some blocks. We have the new tough block, the chiseled tough block that's got a spiral, which we do get in rock art. I forgot to mention them, but we get spirals. We don't necessarily get Triskelies, but we definitely get spirals, a lot of different spirals. So it's not like we don't get a sort of Triskeli-esque thing at times. It's just that it's not like all the spirals are Triskelies, if that makes sense. So we have the spiral, and then, but we also have a possible cup and ring mark situation with polished basalt. And then with chiseled stone, we've also got a slightly different cup and ring mark situation. So they're like two different, I like that they're two separate styles of cup and ring mark. Just so you can see. So we're going to do that. But the other thing I've found is if you do like a wall, okay, it's not the greatest of designs, but a wall kind of works so long as you've got full blocks on all 4 sides. It kind of works for cup marks. It's the best we can do. The alternative is like a smoker because that has a massive hole, but it's an enormous hole. It's like if a cup mark was a meter long or wide, and that I didn't really want that. So those are my plans. But there's other stuff. There's other stuff that I'll explain as we go. Okay, so I kind of want to turn this into rock art, but I also kind of want it to be on an angle. You know, I want to kind of play with that. So I think the best thing to do is start off with like the fancy blocks. Yeah, and maybe if we do like a this, and we can put 2 of them together, although that does make it look like there's 3 of them together. Do I care? Let's see what it looks like as a full thing before we remove it. And then we can do like 1 here. A lot of the time you get, oh, actually, I kind of want to mix and match these. A lot of the time you get like different cup marks on diagonals from each other. And then if we do like a cup mark there and maybe here. And then if we do, we'll go well there. I guess maybe like stone, but we can swap it out. I'll just do cobblestone for now. And then we'll shade the stone afterwards. Okay. Here, actually, you know what? Let's kind of get the shape of the rock that I want. Maybe. I wish there were a way to set your shovel to not make path blocks. Hey Skulk, welcome in. Hello, hello. Diagonal Lily? Yes? I might be missing something. I'm not sure. Okay. There, and then do I come down one more or do I leave it? I think maybe leave it. It would be kind of cool to make these. Like, I don't want to make these, oops, any of the designed stones, because I feel like people wouldn't build their rock wall on a, oh man. This is fine. Everything's fine. It's all fine. I feel like people wouldn't build a rock wall on like a decorated stone. I mean, maybe they do. But I feel like whoever's here probably would have cared enough about it that they wouldn't have destroyed the design with their rock wall. You can by shifting? Okay. Well, that's good to know. That's an extra button push. I'm lazy though. I'm so lazy. Really, I could also just angle it properly, but we all know how much I remember things. Okay, so we've got this. Maybe we do bring it down, or maybe at least this one should be, and then maybe I have some like half blocks, like slabs and stairs and such there. Okay, so we've got a couple of cup and ring marks. Let's do some. Let's maybe do like cup mark there. And then the other cool thing that these people did was they actively sought out stone that had cracks in it so that they could use the cracks in the artwork. So I wanna work that in a little bit as well in terms of what this is doing. So let's see if we do like the stairs are great for getting like cracks along a stone. I did a lot of stuff with stairs when I built the Nazca lines because they're just literally lines in the desert. And stairs, if you can get them to behave, they work really well for like stone fissures and things. You do have to get them to behave, and that is a big if, but if you can get it, it works really well. Okay. Do I want this one connected to these two at all? And how would we do that? That's a good question. We could maybe do like a fissure, because the other thing we get in Atlantic rock art is we get did I pick that up? Did it just get... It's fine. Everything's fine. It's cobblestone or dirt. It's all fine. The other thing, what was I saying? We get lines. There was a point I was about to make. Oh, this should probably be the other way around. Oh, because I understand. Yep. I understand. I forgot that I wasn't putting a stone there. I genuinely don't remember what I was saying. There was a thing and I was gonna say it about Atlantic rock art and I don't remember, which is a shame. Okay, so we've got this massive crack down this way, and then we've got these kind of more as a line. Oh yeah, so it's not just radials that will connect different like cup and ring marks. It's also just grooves, and they can be straight or they can be wavy, but we can't easily do a wavy groove in Minecraft at the scale that we've got. I might make a video, or I'm hoping to make a video for like my Minecraft archaeology series, because it's been a long time since I've made a video for that series, where we build one of these but at like 20 times the scale so you can actually see the full design. And if we do that, then we can get some of these grooves, like wavy line sort of things, wavy groove sort of stuff. But I don't think we can easily get it here. Do I want this one? Maybe. Or is that too far? We could do like a bit of a slab. Okay, all right. Let's put these away. Just gonna, yep, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. If we put those away, and I think we're good on those, and we do some mossy cobble, and I do have like, I have extra moss and things. I haven't made loads and loads of mossy cobble because I don't know how much I'm going to use, but I've got a bunch of it. And then we're going to take some of this and some of the stone. And then I need some andesite and tuff and some deep slate. Yeah. Okay, so light comes from, sun rises there, it sets over there. So this is basically in the sun all day. This is probably one of the lightest stones we're going to be making. Unless I want it. So the other thing about this rock art is that I didn't find anything in terms of like what types of stone it was on, if they preferred certain types of stone. It was never mentioned. And so maybe there is and it just never got mentioned, but it's kind of unusual. Like if there was a preference, surely one of the researchers would have said, oh, and by the way, this is mostly on granites or something like that. But there wasn't anything saying that. So it seems like basically they would take the stones as they came. They didn't really have a preference for specific types of stone necessarily. They liked the ones with grooves in them, but that was kind of it. And in terms of like how long this would take, so there's been experimental archaeology done where they've tried to make cup and ring marks on stones, and they found that a cup mark about like 4 centimeters in size, you can make a cup mark on like sandstone, so like a soft stone, over the course of like half an hour. But if it's a harder stone like a granite, it takes more like 2 hours. So it really kind of depends. Some of these, they had a lot easier time carving them than others. I think maybe let's make... maybe let's make this side blend into the moss a little bit better. Yeah. And then if we do like this, and I guess I probably didn't make any mossy slabs, did I? Oh no, I did. Well, okay, I made 4 of them. There's not many. I should go and get my stone cutter. Yeah, let's do dirt where we can. No sense using valuable mossy materials if it's just going to be covered up. I feel like this one should also be moss. And good. Okay. And then let's see. So cobblestone is really bright. Andesite is also fairly bright, but is andesite as bright as the cobblestone? I feel like it's almost brighter, isn't it? Well, it's kind of hard because the cobblestone has the highlights, and the highlights of the cobblestone is definitely brighter than the andesite, but then the shadows of the cobblestone is definitely darker. I still don't know that I want to put this here. What about, because does tuff work better between... Oh, that kind of works. Thank you for the hydrate, dragon. Everybody take a drink. Also, this is a medication check. Reminder, if you are supposed to take medication at this time of day wherever you are, this is your reminder to take it, just in case you haven't already. Yeah. Typically andesite is considered / used as lighter. Yeah, I think in general, and then yeah. In certain gradients, I often kind of go back and forth between the two, but I think you're right, Clara. I would say it's potentially lighter. I don't know if that gradient works. I know the tough tends to go well on the other side of this, but well, I'm gonna keep it. It's fine. It's Scotland. It's not like, oh, I probably should have been doing time-lapse for this. Ha, I'll do it for the next one. I am recording, so not all is lost. It's fine. If we do this, and then maybe, yeah, if we do kind of like a... You know, that's quite dark. Maybe if we do like a basalt there. And then we get some, say, tough stairs. This is where I forget what box everything is in every single time I go to use it. Gonna be great. Okay. Do this, and then maybe this one. I'll probably leave the rest, and I'll sleep. We can see it in daytime. Okay. Yeah. Kind of like that. And then maybe if, like, down here we get into andesite, I think that could be cool. Okay, so if I do, like, this one and this, and we'll swap this out for an andesite, maybe. That. And then grab some of this and some stairs. It is a little silly to have this darker cup and ring mark be right next to such light stones, but we have limited options and I don't want this entire one to be chiseled stone, and I like the variation, so I'm gonna keep it. It's gonna be fine. Let's see. Okay, there's that. And then if we do... oh, right. I was gonna put a wall there. Now, if there's a wall, that means we need to have full stones around it for it to actually work. Well, it kind of works as a cup mark there. Sort of. Because walls don't connect to... You at least need a stair for the wall to connect to. But I feel like we could do that and then maybe do... here, let's get some andesite in there. And then maybe some cobble slabs, which I don't have. Okay. And then that, and do I want to move this? I do, I think. We put that, and then we put the... Oh, I didn't pick it up. Nope. 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 There we go. Yeah, and then maybe if we have like a... What is this? This is cobble. So maybe if we do a cobble slab here. And then I could do andesite slab there. Thank you for the quack. Yeah, okay, so I know it looks potentially very messy from the ground, but you can see where there's like, you can see some of the rock art coming through with the cup marks and the cup and ring marks. I haven't put any spirals in this one, but I think I'll leave, we could put a spiral right there though, actually. Let's maybe do that. Let's put a spiral here. Because that's okay for the coloration of the spiral. That's quite cool. Okay. And then, this is where a whole bunch of stuff, oh, and I didn't use stone at all. That's fine. I don't know that this one needs the stone. And then I have pressure plates and buttons and lichen. I'll put it there. That's fine. Everything's fine. And then also, and then we'll do the coral. So let's see. Kind of lurking at the moment, making changes to your thesis proposal. No worries. I hope the thesis proposal goes well. I know how writing those things can be, and it can be very exciting, but also very stressful. So I hope it goes well. And I do kind of want, okay, so the other thing I want with this is to not have all of the rock art necessarily visible in each of these, because they're old things, right? So unless you go and, it's damp in Scotland, right? So unless you go and clear off the lichen every season, you're not necessarily going to have a whole lot of uncovered rock art. So a lot of the time when we look at rock art in Scotland, we kind of have to carefully clean off some things. Sometimes you even have to clean off turf that's grown over the stone, but that's rarer. But it still often ends up being necessary at times. So there are going to be bits where these are just kind of covered. And then, okay, there's not a whole lot in terms of these kind of accent blocks that we need. A little goes a long way, basically. Put these away. Then I'm just gonna grab like a few of these. And we'll do... I haven't left too many sources. Like single blocks where stuff can go. But I think we can do that, and then we could maybe do that and get some more lichen there. Yeah, maybe there as well. Okay, all right, okay, let's see. Yeah! I need to eat something. Okay, all right. Hello, Sheepscalibur. Also, I don't know if I've seen you in chat yet. And if I have, I haven't said hello, so hello. But yes, I will eat. Thank you for reminders to eat. I'm so bad at remembering to eat in Minecraft. Okay. I like it. I think it looks good. Now, I'm not like terraforming around the stone necessarily. We kind of are just doing the rock. Which I maybe should have thought of, and maybe should have a bit more moss to kind of do stuff around. But I don't know, I kind of like it. What do you guys think? Just came in, no worries, it's all good. I thought you might have, but I also was like, oh wait a minute, have I missed something? Looks good as is. Yeah, I might come back through and like, especially in this area, I might get some more grass on this part of the hill, because there's no grass on here at all, because since I was building the beehives, I haven't come through and bone mealed it. So it'll be worth doing that at some point, and I've got loads of bone meal, but I don't know that I want to do more in terms of like the terraforming around the stone. So cool. So that's the first one. We'll see how many of these we can do. I'm going to do one more at my base, and then we're going to start hiding them around the server. I mean, I say hiding. We're hiding them on stream, so there's only so hidden that they're going to be. But I think it'll be cool. Okay, so let's grab this, and let me also grab... oh, right. I don't need to be carrying iron. Or signs. I was adjusting my skeleton farm. So, hence the signs. But I don't need to carry them around. Did I meant to check if I had a bed in my end chest. I do. Okay, good. I was pretty sure I did, but I couldn't remember. Grand. Amazing how your nose can look like you've got the worst cold and you're not... Oh, yeah, no, it does that. Why it does that? I don't know. My face also, like, a lot of the time, you know how people will blush when they're embarrassed? I won't be embarrassed, but my brain will be like, you're supposed to be embarrassed, and then I'll get really red in the face. Why? Don't know. It just does. It's very frustrating at times. But yes, my nose turns into Rudolph occasionally, and I don't know why. Okay, where... Yeah, if you were going to be a menace, you could pull up the server map. Yeah, that thought occurred to me earlier today, but I was like, it's fine. Most people, I mean, I don't want them to remain totally lost or anything, so I don't really care if people know them. I just think it's fun to let people try to find them is all. But yeah, it's not super difficult. Also, look at how faint this Triskele is. I don't know if you guys remember the Triskele episode, but there's this one here. In the dirt, between dirt and coarse dirt. But it's really, really subtle. It's one of my favorite ones. I really like this one. Because you can't really tell that it's there. Okay, rock art. Where else? We're thinking the same thing? Yeah. Since you share a brain cell. Okay. I don't know if I want one to be like in the middle of my base. But maybe over here? Somewhere? This is going to be a thing where I'm going to forget that I've put it over here and I'm going to be building something and stumble upon it and be like, oh, this is cool. That's kind of what I want it to do. I kind of want to be like, oh, I found a stone. This is kind of a flat one, but let's do a bit of a flat one. But first, let's also sleep. Well, I'll put my shulker boxes down. I should probably put down more than one at a time. It's fine. Everything's fine. I'm a functional human being, I swear. You're at work, otherwise the temptation would be real. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Let me do... I'll do it. I'll do this with stone because I feel like it's easier to see where stone is. Personally, like cobblestone is great, but the texture is really busy, and so my brain just kind of like checks out when I look at cobblestone. So I think regular stone, even though I don't really want to have to remember to use silk touch, it's stone. It's not like it's a limited resource. In fact, it's an incredibly renewable resource. We have an entire shop at spawn that's just a stone farm, which is very handy. Lazagad made the Geo Dojo, which basically is a stone, well, cobblestone? Is it cobblestone or is it regular stone? Well, either way, it's one of them. And then basalt and also like concrete powder and mud, and it's got beacons and things. It's very, very useful. So I used it for all the basalt that I had to get for this. Okay, let's do like I don't want it to be a square. So let's make it at least a little weird. And let's use this weird bit of the land to do it. Stone but can get cobble. Okay. That's what I thought, and then I was like, wait a minute, am I remembering wrong? But you can tell that I haven't needed to use it because whenever I'm ill, I tend to go like just strip mining. So I'm not running short on stone in Archaeo SMP. I have not run short of stone. I also don't build terribly big things on Archaeo SMP, at least not yet. That doesn't mean that we never will build big things, just that I haven't built big stuff involving stone or cobblestone yet. That's a pretty big surface. That's pretty good. We do get rock art panels that are this size. A really good example is the Kochno stone in Faithfully, which is near Glasgow. Well, in/near Glasgow. It's just this massive stone. It's got loads of rock art on it. And then sometime in the 50s or 60s, the dudes who were looking into it, they just decided that they were going to paint all of the lines. So you get the rock art, but then you have like bits of 1950s paint in bright yellow and bright red that are just kind of inside the rock art. Sometimes there was a tendency for people in the 60s and like archaeologists in the 60s to paint over stuff in Scotland, paint over archaeology so you could see it better. And yeah, on the one hand, part of me is like, oh, yeah, it's people using, like, their heritage in interesting ways. And then there's another part of me that's like, this just, really? Like, really? You had to paint over it? Why couldn't you have used something washable? Anyway. Okay, let's do stone generator, because that can be turned into cobblestone. Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you, Dragon, for putting all of the timed messages into YouTube chat. I'm sorry, YouTube chat. I need to figure out how to do that and mix it up to have it post to both Twitch and YouTube chat. I'm not entirely sure that I can. I'll have to see. Okay, let's do a spiral, because we haven't done spiral. We haven't done a lot of spirals. Or we didn't in the first one. And I kind of want to. And let's do... I wish that the spirals could be directional. That would be really cool. I know I say this every time I do something. I'm like, oh, I wish that we could do this tiny little tweak. I wish we could do this other tiny little tweak. And all the tiny tweaks add up to really big tweaks. But it would be really cool if we could like turn this one around and have the spirals join each other or connect to each other. That'd be really cool. Anyway, but did you? Well, I said the Highland Cow news. They're putting Highland Cows in Minecraft officially, and not just in Education Edition. It's in the snapshot from today. They're going to be Highland Cows in Minecraft. It's going to be great. But also, they're putting firefly bushes in. So not only are they putting the fireflies in finally, which is great. I'm really excited about that. But they're also putting in bushes, which is cool. I'm curious to see, maybe towards the end of stream, we can do like a snapshot check of things. I can try. I can dream. I might. Oh well, it's fine. See, I knew I would forget Silk Touch, but it's fine. It's fine. Let's do another of this one. Yeah, and then maybe get some lines between them. Actually, I should get some cup marks going. Although we could just make it like a cup markless one. But I don't know that I want to do that. Let's do this and do... Really? I'm not sure why I needed to be holding my pickaxe to do that. That's strange. The horns also look cool. Yeah, they do. Oh, and normal bushes. Yes. I didn't have enough time to see what the normal bushes looked like before I started stream, because I always forget that Wednesday is snapshot day, because I'm always thinking, oh, it's stream day, and so I'm getting ready for stream, and I completely forget to check on snapshot news every single time. But really, come on, give me the... I physically can't let it despawn. It's just, it hurts too much. I can't do it. Okay, we're gonna do like minimal cut marks for this one. And because this is in the middle of trees, it's also going to be a lot darker. So where's the basalt that I had? Where have I put it? There it is. Let's get... Well, I guess the deep slate is the darkest. So let's get some deep slate going. Well, you can... I could use blackstone. I've decided not to use blackstone in these builds. Just because there's quite a difference between the deep slate dark grey and the blackstone black, so I've just kind of left it. But let's see, let's do some basalt maybe. Firefly bushes emit light. Oh, do they? That's great. That's really good. I mean, like, they are little light sources, so that's cool. Yeah. Now my brain is like, which one is darker? But I still feel like the deep slate is a hair darker. Maybe. I don't know. We're gonna build it and we're gonna see. It's gonna be fine. Oh, I didn't do a time lapse for this one either. I'm so good at remembering to do time lapses. I'm gonna do this. And then, let's see. Off. Okay, do it this way. Yeah. Do I want it to be natural stone or do I want it to be like cobble or andesite? I feel like natural stone is best there because andesite is feeling too bright. I don't know about... Yeah, cobblestone also feels too bright. Yeah. That's quite bright. Okay, let's keep it stone. Haven't seen anything about normal bushes. Yeah, it's in the notes. A new type of decorative block. Which will be really cool. Oh, and you can use them in the composter. I mean, that makes sense. Using bone meal on a bush places a neighboring bush next to the bush if possible. That's good to know. Admittedly, I'm not the biggest fan of the vegetation where when you bone meal it, it puts one next to it. Because then it's an extra step of having to harvest that one. But I will take bone mealing. I will take that over not being able to duplicate them at all. So yeah. Let's do like fissures and things. Oh, I didn't do anything mossy. Should that be mossy cobble? Maybe mossy cobble is good there. I forgot about mossy cobblestone as an option. Yeah, I like that better. Okay. Yeah, that's better. Okay. And then if we start doing some like fissures and things, I don't need the andesite one, but I should use some tuff and also sleep. Yeah, easy to farm. I will let other people set up those farms. And I will pay them diamonds for the bushes. It's not, I mean, I'm perfectly capable of doing it myself. It's just I'm lazy. It's extra faff. Oh, I meant to get my stone cutter and I didn't. Okay. Well, it's a good thing that I haven't hidden my coordinates yet. And that I'm still at my base. Because I don't think I made any like deep slate stairs or anything, which would be useful for this particular stone. This way. Okay. Oops. It's fine. Yeah. Gotta go. No worries, Sheepscalver. Thanks for stopping by. Okay. Oops, as I run into a tree. It's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, let's do some cobble deep slate stairs. Let's, I don't know, do like 14 of them. We're not going to need huge amounts. And then the one downside with the basalt is that it doesn't have a stair version. But that's fine. We can figure it out. All right, okay. And then we also need tough walls, which I don't have in my inventory. Eventually, see, I was about to say eventually I'll remember where they are, but I won't because I'm going to move these and then they'll be in a different order. and so I won't remember. I should have colored them, but oh well. It's fine. Everything's fine. Should that be a deep slate wall? Maybe. It would also help to do this. Yeah, I feel like that works. Okay. Except we're gonna want this, and then we want this to be slate. Can I put... Okay, let's put that in there for now. Oh. Okay. And then... fissures. So we need the stairs. And then I should get some stone stairs. Let's put the andesite back, actually. And grab... some stone stairs. Okay. I think I might do a line. I'll do a line here. And maybe do this and then this. I wish that we could get like the 3/4 stair without extra stairs. Like that you could get it so that you just have this corner lowered without needing to put a stair here. That would be really cool. Because then I could have the line going from the center of this one to the center of this one, right? If I just had this bit and this bit. But I can't. It's fine. Everything's fine. I just like cool stuff. Okay. Now, to get that to work, we need that to be there. So that doesn't quite work, does it? It's kind of a weird... I mean, it could be a weird radial situation. You know what? Okay, all right. Let's just do it. Let's do it this way. And then do this. And then we'll do a fissure like here, maybe. Let's make this mossy. And we'll go all the way to the end because we can. I kind of feel like there should be something in here as well. So maybe a fissure this way. Might look a bit odd. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay, never mind. What was that? That was basalt. Because of this, it's gonna end up like either connecting to this, which isn't what I want it to do, and therefore it's not gonna connect to the rest of this. Or if we make it a fissure all the way across, it's gonna not connect to the wall. So we're gonna lose the cut marks. Which I suppose isn't the end of the world. Like I could do this sort of thing. But that's a little weird with the fissure idea. So yeah, I think we'll just do that. Okay. Let's maybe do another one. If we do one here then. The next drop seems to have a lot of buildy things in it. Yes, it does, which is exciting. I haven't played the most recent release either. I keep... it's something that we need to look into in terms of Archaeo SMP because we were waiting until various people's mods caught up with 1.21.4? Is that what we're on now in terms of versions? Like officially released versions? We don't have Pale Gardens on Archaeo SMP yet, but I really want them to be on Archaeo SMP. So, but we're waiting to make sure that everybody's mods update, because it can be a real pain trying to make content in new updates when your mods don't work. So, because a lot of those mods are things that make our lives a lot easier in terms of getting content to all of you. Yeah, I think that's. Oh, that's. Fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Okay. Maybe I don't use the pressure plates. Maybe we just use occasional pebbles. And then I'm gonna also do a little bit of... Oh no, it's blackstone buttons. I don't have any blackstone with me. That's fine. I haven't really gone to the nether to look for blackstone, and it's not vital to this at all. Not even remotely. So I'll just leave it. And then maybe if we do... another button, and then actually, you know what, let's put this at a different angle, and then we'll do moss, and then we'll take some different ones. Go there, and there, and there, and here maybe. I feel like there should be something here. Yeah. I feel like this works. Bits of rock art in there. It does look a little weirder in this, like, non-terraformed grass, just because there's nothing around it. But I feel like that works. Cool. Okay. Right. 2 down, however many more to go. Oops, no, not that one. These. Okay, and then let's put these away. And then I'll take this and these and these. And I need more space. Okay, so now we're gonna do trigger ch toggle. Oh, okay. I was gonna be like, well, it's still there, but no, it's fine. We're gonna do that, and then we're gonna build some more across the server. But first, I'm gonna sleep because I'm paranoid about sleeping. Okay, excellent. Which direction? This is the thing, is that I'm also directionally challenged in Minecraft, so this is going to be interesting where these things end up. But I know that spawn is roughly this way. So let's just find some more spaces to put these. You know, I haven't seen... I have an idea, guys. I have an idea. We'll see if I can execute it. We'll find out. But I kind of want to build near a certain other archaeologist on the server. If I can remember where his base is. Oh, there we go. I was like, wait a minute, have I lost it? But no, I just hadn't gone far enough. I forget how far away I am from everybody. This is Harold's base. He built a whole bunch of ships in some of his recent videos. And also, oh, I should get away from the pillagers. He built an entire Hittite city, which is really cool. So anyway, Harold makes videos a lot like I do. But it would be really cool, I think, to hide some rock art near him. Maybe like in this bit. Maybe I build here. If Harold's lurking in chat, then this is entirely spoiled, but I think it could be fun. And I'm gonna remember to start a time-lapse recording. Okay, cool. Let's set up. Let's do something here. I mean, he'll find out as soon as he watches the video whenever the video is released, or the VOD whenever he catches it. So if he's not in chat, he'll discover this soon anyway, but I think it's kind of fun to hide archaeology in a fellow archaeologist space. Let's start with stone, because visualizing it with the stone is really helpful. Okay. And maybe we do a slight angle again. So we do like... oops, it's fine. Do this. And then down. Okay, we don't need to go quite this extensive. It's only fair he hid a bunch of standing stones around the server last season. Exactly, right? And it's not directly at his base, but he'll find him, which is cool. I kind of want, I hope that he does like genuinely stumble upon it. But it's really unlikely that that's gonna happen. I think this is gonna get spoiled by either the VOD or the video, but it'd be fun if he did genuinely stumble upon it. Not living near people is both a challenge and a blessing. I agree. Yeah, I did. That ended up being sort of the situation I was in last season. Because some people had based near me, but they got really busy and they couldn't play that much. So I ended up being like the only person who was north. Well, not the only one, because Lazugad was also north, but in a different direction to me. So Lazugad and I were like at least 500 blocks away from each other, and we were the only two people who lived up north. So and I didn't have to pass anybody else's base to get to mine, really. So it well, actually, I think Orc Boy might have been somewhat near me as well, when he was able to play as well. But yeah, there were times where it was a bit lonely, and I was like, oh, I maybe should make sure that I'm near at least one other person this time. Of course, I said that, and then I was still several hundred blocks away. But I needed the taiga, and there wasn't a good taiga nearby, so yeah, it's fine. Is that a nether portal? Huh. I wonder why. I'm sure, well, maybe it's one of Harold's and he explains it in a video and I just forgot. I was out there a bit, yeah. I was quite out of the way. At least here, I form a line with Harold, so, and our nether portal, our nether hub situation is a lot better as well. Not that it was bad last season, just that because it was tunnels, just digging the tunnels took a lot of effort from those of us on the server. So, so in terms of like actually decorating them didn't really happen super much. Aside from like Clara and Dragon, who decorated around their bit. But even that was a lot. So yeah, it just ended up being tunnels in the nether. A nether portal is a portal to the nether. Why? And Dragon, I'm aware. What I mean is, why is it all the way over there when he's got one at his... Well, actually, he's got one at his main base, which I guess is further that way. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was... I don't know. Maybe it was for pillagers or something. Okay, let's do... You know what? Let's do a spiral into a cup and ring mark. Just for funsies. And let's do another cup and ring mark next to it. And then we've done a lot of kind of sparse. You know what? I'm gonna make this one go ham. We're gonna have loads. We're just gonna make a bunch. Harold gets a whole bunch of rock art in this one panel. Let's do that. and then do like a spiral, and we'll do another cup and ring mark. And then I haven't done any cup marks. Okay, hold on. Do this. And then there we go. And if we do, I don't really want to do them next to each other, but let's do this one maybe. Oh, and I need to do this and do this and then do this. The best thing for that unknown portal is #blame Tadpole. 100% correct. I haven't been able, Tadpole, because Tadpole's work schedule changed, he streams so late for me that I can never hang out in his chat anymore, and it makes me sad. And Tadpole and I had our Stardew series that we were doing, but oh my goodness, between his work schedule and my health, it's just been too difficult to like start back up. But I would love to do that again. I miss Tadpole. I haven't been able to hang out near or around Tadpole in ages, and it's really sad. Okay, all right. I think we'll do that. That's quite a lot of that's a pretty extensive panel of rock art. Okay, let's get some. I feel like this is a very sunny zone because we're right next to the savannah. So let's do. Oh well, I've got quite a bit of cobblestone already. Let's do some andesite wherever I've put it. Here we go. Okay. Yeah. Let's do... Okay, sun is setting there. Maybe let's make this whole line andesite. Which, granted, isn't all that much lighter than the stone itself. But... And then turn this into cobblestone. Yeah. Okay. And then maybe... Not a whole lot of andesite. You do. Oh man. These as andesite as well. And then maybe just a brief line of tuff. I don't think mossy cobble is the way to go here. Only because it's rather dry. I feel like just a bit of a darker stone would be good. See, the cobblestone to me looks lighter than stone. But that's okay, because you also get striations in rocks as well. They're not all... In fact, most of them are not like a light to dark situation. They've got like stratigraphy, basically. Have I played Coral Island since its last update? No, I haven't. I haven't played Coral Island in a while. The last... I don't even remember the last bit that I played, like the last update. It was probably like a good 6 months ago at least. I started a new game. And then I got distracted. I don't remember by what, but I remember getting distracted. It's a wonderful game. I love the game. I really need to play more of it. I just haven't. Hello, Scotsman. Welcome in. Hello, Raiders. Welcome. Hello. I'll wait till the music stops. Hello, Superfast and Frauken, Loopy and Scotsman, and everybody, Kay and Glam Pixie and True Purple. And I think those are all the names that just flashed past my eyeballs. Hello, welcome in. And Dab, hello. We are doing Neolithic rock art on Archaeo SMP. We're doing Scottish Neolithic rock art. Thank you for the 12 months, Scotsman. 12 months already, that's almost a year. I know, right? Almost a year. I mean, I guess technically with the way Twitch counts it, but 12 months, it counts. We're doing Scottish Neolithic rock art. We did a couple at my base, and now we're secretly doing one at Harold's base, because I thought it would be funny. So I'm leaving some Neolithic rock art at Harold's base. I need some of these, I think, and some tough stairs. Do I have tough stairs in my? I do. All right. Okay. Okay. So, Scottish rock art is what we call abstract rock art. So it's rock art where the designs are not easily recognizable as like specific things. So like if you think of there's the really famous rock art paintings in France at Lascaux. And I apologize if I'm not saying that correctly. I'm realizing I've only ever read that name. Hey, Thrio, yeah, thank you for the 20 months. Forgot to press this button. I forget to press that button all the time. Yes, I hid the coordinates and then I went to a landmark. Well, I was gonna hide it and then I was like, actually, it'd be really funny if I just stuck one at Harold's base and waited to see how long it took him to realize it was here. But the rest will be hidden, I promise. But yeah, so we have abstract rock art. A lot of them are like, we have cup and ring marks. So it's like a little cup mark, a little divot, and then rings coming out of it. We get spirals, and then we also get just the cup marks, which I'm kind of doing the walls for. It's not the greatest solution, but Minecraft and 2-scale rock art is a complicated matter. And then we also get like lines or grooves in the rock, both like natural grooves that they use in the art, and also grooves that they carve themselves between things. That's what you came over to see, all the awesomeness of Neolithic rock art. Yeah, so this is called the style of rock art is called Atlantic rock art, and we find it in Scotland, England, Wales, Ireland, well, what is now Scotland, Ireland, England, Wales, Northern Ireland, and also parts of Spain and parts of Portugal. But in Spain and Portugal, they also have what's called figurative rock art, which is motifs or designs that are also recognizable as things, so like animals and things. So the paintings in France, for example, those are significantly older than this, like tens of thousands of years older than this. But those are figurative rock art. And then Atlantic rock art, so this same style in Portugal and Spain has a lot of animals and tool shapes, like axe heads and things in it. And we do actually very recently, it was discovered that we do have some of that in Scotland as well, but we kind of didn't know that it existed for a long time. It was like 3 years ago that they found some on a panel, which is really cool. Art which is immediately, so the Turner Prize. Well done, Superfast, well done. No comment. Okay, so we basically, what I've been doing is kind of outlining the stone and then adding the bits of the rock art that I want. Well, adding the gradient and then, yeah, stone, then rock art, fancy bits, then gradient, and then now what we're going to do is get into kind of fissures / lines. I'm going to do, and the way that I do that is with stairs. This is what I did. I did this with the Nazca lines. I built the Nazca lines in Minecraft, which took forever and was a very mind-bending problem. But it was a lot of fun. And stairs, if you can get them to behave, they work really well for lines across stone or lines across a landscape. I'm gonna let's do like a fissure here. Oh, except because of this. All right, okay, well, we'll do this then, and then we'll do cobblestone. Because of the walls only connect to a solid surface next to it. So if I had the stair twisted a different way, the wall wouldn't connect and it would just look weird. Also, hello, Loopy. Hello. I saw your hello earlier and then I got distracted by rock art, but hello. At least it's not a set of tin cans in a lift that the cleaner removes and then gets in trouble because it's supposed to be the art installation. Very true. Or a banana gaffer tape to the wall. Yes. Yes. See, I could be doing that at Harold's base. I could be gaffer taping a banana to the wall, but instead I'm leaving him some tasteful rock art, so it's fine. Probably. He won't mind. I think he'll enjoy it, probably, once he notices it's there. Okay. That's kind of weird for a fissure. That's a little strange. But it's the only direction we can do with the wall. Well, maybe we just count it. Okay, so one of the things I was saying earlier, one of the things we get as well is like a variant on a cup and ring mark where you get a line from the center of the cup and ring mark that kind of goes outwards to the outside of the ring. And maybe we can just pretend that this is part of that. Those are called radials. And we can just pretend that that's that. Actually, I can even show, here, let me get the internet back up. Hold on. I mean, the internet's up already, but let me, excuse you. There we go. So this is Scotland's rock art project. Where's my cursor? Where has my cursor gone? Okay. It disappeared for a minute. So we get, we have a whole bunch of, well, Scotland's rock art project has spent a number of years making 3D models of the rock art in Scotland, the known rock art from this period. So you can see we get these are radials where you've got the cup and then the ring marks, but then there's like a line coming out of them that goes to the end of it. And you can also, in here, you can go to this thing called matte cap and it takes the texture off so you can just see the grooves in the stone, which is really, really cool. They have 575 3D models of rock art in Scotland, which is phenomenal. It's so helpful for doing anything that I'm doing today. So you can go and peruse this if you want. It's on Sketchfab. Here, I'll put the link in. I'm going to put it in both chats because I'm a good streamer and I'm remembering that I have multiple chats. So here you go. Here is in YouTube chat. And then here, hold on. Here is in Twitch chat. There we go. You can definitely check out their all of their rock art stuff. If you want to see the stone without the texture, okay, first if you want to rotate it, it's a left click and then drag to rotate. If you want to move it around the screen, that's right click and drag. And then to get the texture off, you come down here to Model Inspector, and then down in Geometry where it says Matte Cap, click on that, and it takes the texture off so you can just see what the model is if you want to have a look around those. There's so many, it's really, really cool. They've done a wonderful job. But yeah, these are the real world examples of what we're sort of recreating in Minecraft as best we can on the scale that we have. But you can see how some of them, like this one, there's like this cup and ring mark is connected to this cup and ring mark, so they connect to each other sometimes, or they have lines connecting themselves to each other, and they have grooves in the stone that they also incorporate into the rock art, which is really cool. So yeah, so that's effectively what we're doing, more or less. And this is from Scotland's Neolithic. So it is the basically 4,000 to 2000 BCE, basically. So 4,000 to 6,000 years ago is the time frame we're looking at, which is cool. And it's rock art that they did for roughly 2,000 years. So, and we do see it change over time to a degree. The difficulty is that when you get that far back, it's very difficult to like be able to date things in archaeology a lot of the time in that kind of a time frame. We're going to make this fissure go the opposite direction so we don't have to delete our cup mark. But yeah. You remember those years? You were a little drunk during them. Yes. I mean, in fairness, Scotland. Okay, where's my bed? Is it time to sleep? The thing is that because I've hidden the coordinates, I also don't have the clock on my thing to know when it's time to sleep. I mean, it's when the sun hits the horizon, but still, you know how paranoid I am about sleeping? Same. Hello, Small. Welcome in. Okay. So. Yeah. Do I want to continue this fissure all the way through to here? It would get this side, but then we wouldn't be able to get this side because of the cup marks here. What we could do here, let's at least play with it. Oh, that's exactly the wrong direction. Hold on. There we go. Because technically, so basically, like, if we go like this, then the cup marks, the wall doesn't connect because it's not a solid side. And it looks a little weird. We could, well, because if we do this, then it's just that sort of 3/4 thing. But it doesn't have to be a fissure that goes across the entire surface of the rock. What if, okay, if we do like this, but then take it over here? Is that gonna be too weird? No, it's just a curved fissure. That works, I feel like. Okay, cool. Everybody's here. Yeah, so many people. Sometimes that extra quarter looks cool. Yeah, it does. I think because it's such limited space, my brain is struggling to get this, to visualize the stairs in the way that I want to. But I think this works. I like this kind of curve off to the side. And I might do... Now, the other thing we could do, so I mentioned earlier that, where's andesite stairs? Do I not have andesite stairs? Okay. I mentioned earlier that a certain amount of the time we have to, like, uncover the stone in order to see the rock art. And sometimes you're, like, digging turf off of it. So actually, I'm wondering if I do andesite stairs on this edge. It's gonna connect to this, though, isn't it? But I could do them there and here. And just kind of have it as... We don't even need that to be stairs. That could be like a slab, maybe. And then if maybe I do like andesite here. Kind of. Yeah, I feel like that starts working. Oh yes, absolutely. For those raiding in, feel free, please don't feel bad about raiding and running or doing whatever you need to do after stream, especially you, Scotsman. Absolutely feel free. Moss carpet over top of one pair of andesite stairs. That's a good idea. I always forget about moss carpet, even though I have so much of it. I don't have much of it in these shulker boxes with me, but back at my base. See, how many of you are like this? I physically can't let that despawn. Like, now that I know it's there, even though I have zero need for wheat seeds and I would just compost them anyway, it hurts my soul. I'm gonna try, but it hurts my soul to leave that there. Yeah, I feel like that works. And then if we do, okay, because I've been doing lichen. Hold on. This is the difficulty with shulker boxes that I haven't labeled or colored in any way. And I really should have. I wish, why can't we put glow lichen on a stair? Why can we put carpet but not lichen? That's what I want to know. I mean, like, walls I get because they're like they're technically like a little bit higher than a full block. But why not stairs? The andesite stairs really sounds like it could be an IRL place. That's true. You just chuck it out to despawn. Small. I don't like, oh, I physically can't. It causes me pain. But you've all seen my hoarding tendencies, at least in, well, a lot of you saw them with Stardew. So just imagine that, but worse in Minecraft. That's effectively what it is. It's hoarding tendencies gone wrong. Okay. How much lichen? We're gonna put a little bit of lichen on some of the design because, again, like if you're having to clear off turf, then a lot of the time we have to clear off lichen in Scotland. It's very moist, very damp. So you gotta, it's a lot of clearing things away. No, not there. Maybe there? Sure. And then maybe if we... The thing is that if Harold comes upon this, he might not clear it off. He might be like, oh, I don't want to ruin the build. But he's welcome to clear it off. I'll have to keep an eye on his next videos. If he voices the concern, I'll have to be like, Harold, no, it's fine. Oh, let's get this out of my inventory. And then I can... Nope. I'm a functional human, I swear. Okay, and then we're going to do a little bit of coral placement. Oh, that's a slab. And do... See, coral should also be able to go on stairs. Seeds are one of the few things you can throw away to let go unless you're in your base and have a hopper leading into a composter. Yeah. Seeds are probably the easiest one for me to let go, but it's still not easy. Open inventory, drop to ground, close inventory, walk away, can't explain it. Yes, Dragon, mechanically, I understand. It's the emotional part of it. I can't do it. Yeah. And then maybe if we do some buttons. And put dirt away. Where are my buttons? Nope. There we go. See, like I can see it right there in the corner of my, right there. And I want to, I feel like I have to pick it up. Can never avoid picking up items. Less about having it and more about the peace of mind that once you've picked it up, walking around isn't going to change your inventory unintentionally. See that? I mean, I think it's for me, it's not even that. It's like the waste of resources. But I don't even need it. And that's the problem, is that even when I don't need it, my brain is like, but we still need to save it before it disappears. And we don't need to save it before it disappears. We don't remotely need to save it. Okay, have I gotten rid of all of my... No, okay, and which angle is this? Let's do here. I think we should be able to put buttons on top of these as well. I could put a button on here. I don't know that that works. Oh, whoops. Because buttons are, to me, are more like stone features. I mean, you could get a pebble on top of one of these. And I was talking about that at the beginning of stream as well. But I don't know. It feels a little odd. Okay, let's see. What does this look like from above? Yeah, that looks pretty good. Is it the most amazing rock art in the world? Probably not. But it's probably I mean, like, it's not bad. I'd say it's pretty good. Especially for Minecraft, given the scale that we've got. Except diamond ore always despawn diamond ore. Really? Composting seeds hurts. What if you need them later? Throwing a seed on the ground because I have no room in their inventory to cope with everything. How long they can resist. It's gone though. Isn't it? It's gone. Did I pick it up? I didn't pick it up. It despawned. Look at it. I controlled myself. Barely, but I controlled myself. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna just leave that there, I think. All right, I need you know what? I need inventory space. We're gonna take this out. I genuinely don't need an axe either, so we're gonna just this also hurts my soul, reorganizing my tools in my inventory. This is I mean, I don't know which one hurts my soul more. Letting things despawn or reorganizing my tools in my inventory. Oh man, and it's not even enough. because I keep digging stones, or not stones, grass. I just don't want to put everything away and then have to take it out again. But I will wait to move the bed because we're about to have to sleep. Coming up on the 2-hour mark. Yes, I was thinking a break would be good. And then we'll build some more somewhere on the server. Can probably sleep now. Yeah. Went away for dinner. Speaking to your mum about the GP study day she went to. Heard of the new saliva test for endometriosis? No. There's a saliva test? I wonder, I've got an appointment with a doctor, one of my main doctors for endometriosis on next Wednesday morning, which by the way, next Wednesday, I mean, streams with me are always up in the air. Hopefully next Wednesday I'll be able to stream. The doctor's appointment shouldn't take that much out of me because it's like a virtual one, but it's a doctor's appointment and they're hit or miss. So either it's going to be fine and I'll stream, or I might be a bit too tired from the doctor's appointment, just FYI. But yeah, so maybe she'll tell me about it there. They're developing it. Huh. That's cool. That's very cool. It's 98% effective at discovering endometriosis. That's wild. That's wild. Because so okay, all right. Donut tangent. Endometriosis donut tangent. Just like regular endometriosis pain, it comes out of the blue when you're least expecting it. So with endometriosis, for those who are not aware, I have 7 chronic illnesses, one of which is endometriosis. And endometriosis is a condition where tissue that is similar to the lining of the uterus grows literally anywhere else in your body because your body doesn't know what to do with it. So, that's a problem for a number of reasons, which you can probably guess. Number one, tissue growing where it's not supposed to. That's kind of quintessential immune system response to attack it, right? So my immune system is constantly attacking tissue that shouldn't be there, that my body put there in the first place. But then it also does things, it does various other things, which I won't get into because some people are squeamish and I don't want to derail this too much. But with endometriosis, until this saliva test, the only way that you could rule it out was through surgery, like invasive surgery. So you could diagnose it sometimes through an MRI if it was severe enough, which is how mine was diagnosed. But most people are diagnosed through this invasive surgery. And a lot of the time what they do is, yes, chronic illnesses are not Pokemon, should not be attempted to be collected as such. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm getting myself into. Yes, I appreciate the PSA, Dragon. Yes. Yeah, Dab, no worries. This is not a chronic illness stream, so I'm not going to get into the details. But basically, it would require surgery. So if there's a saliva test that's 98% effective at discovering it, then basically you would be able to do the test, know that the person has endometriosis, know that like what their symptoms are, and be able to then say, okay, we recommend doing surgery. They may well still for a while go and confirm it with surgery anyway. But the surgery, the nice thing is that they can approach surgery assuming that they're going to be treating the endometriosis in that surgery rather than using that first surgery just to identify whether you have it. A lot of the time they try to combine them, but a certain amount of the time they're not really able to do that depending on where in the world you are and depending on who the surgeon is and who the doctors are and things like that. So that would, saliva test, that would be huge. That's massive. And then after that, you go into the surgery. Yeah. Wow, that's really cool, Pops. That's good to know. Okay, we're gonna do a 5-minute break. 5-minute break. I'm gonna go to a secret location on the server, and you guys grab a drink, grab a snack. I'll build at least 2 more, but I might build a third. I don't know. We're gonna see how long it takes. But we've only been going for a couple of hours, and yeah, I can. The first bit was me. A lot of it has been me doing donut tangents. So so yes, and also yes, thank you, Dragon. Take medications if you're supposed to at this time of day wherever you are, and yeah, I will see you guys in about 5 minutes. Yes, I was like, am I? Yes. Okay, all right. See you in 5 minutes, guys. Hi everybody. We're back. We're somewhere on the server. I've taken a screenshot of the coordinates, but I've also changed my render distance a little bit because stuff is. So here's the thing: I could either put these way out in the middle of nowhere, but then nobody would ever see them. So I kind of want them to be near-ish to some stuff that people go through regularly, sometimes. Right? Like I want people to at least see them somewhere. Or at least have a chance of seeing them. So I have changed my render distance just because with it at 12 chunks, there's you can see where this is. So I've knocked it down by like a chunk or two. But yeah, we're not next to anybody's base. We're just kind of near certain landmarks that are also sort of near other landmarks that are sort of near other people's stuff. It's in that kind of vague sense. But yeah, we're gonna build another one. Yeah, I was gonna say more, but I don't need to. Oh, well, let's maybe make sure that this shulker can actually open. That would be good. Which is the one where all of my grass is? That's the moss. Okay, I'm gonna put this here. We're gonna put this. I'm a functional person, I swear. If I say it enough, it must be true, right? That's how this works. Okay, let's do maybe like right here. Twitch be twitching and giving more ads again, but I just ran ads. You're supposed to be immune. That's annoying. It doesn't even say that it's running ads on my end. But it does say that it's an unstable connection, so we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Oh, Scotsman, thank you for gifting a sub to Dragon. You got 1 10-second ads, and now you're immune. That's great. Honestly, whenever my channels start making like some kind of profit, the first thing I'm going to do is make sure that all of my mods have a subscription because it's silly for them to not have it. I just can't at the moment. I'm not quite there, but it's the dream. Okay, let's build, I don't know, maybe like right here. But I kind of, let's do a flat-ish one. We'll maybe bury it. Do we want to do a small one or a big one? Let's do, you know what? Let's do a massive one. Okay, I mean, I might have gone overboard, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm sure it's fine. If it's not, hashtag blame tadpole. As with all things. Okay, I don't even know which direction is which. Oh, and the sun is directly overhead, which is great. Does Viking rock art have a special name in English? Ah, that's a good question. There are different styles of it. And exactly what those are, I don't remember specifically. Oh, I'd have to look it up. They're different styles for different periods of that kind of Norse rock art. Yeah. I want to say that one of them is Ringerike, but I also feel like that might just be the site that it's at. But they correspond to different periods in that sort of early medieval time frame for the Norse, at least in Scotland. But the examples of that are not just in Scotland. They're also in, like, you know, well, anywhere the Vikings were, really, which is most of Europe. and they also ended up in parts, well, the Norse ended up in parts, or like they traded with the Middle East, but to my knowledge, there isn't like Viking rock art in the Middle East. It was more like the Middle East had stuff that the Vikings were like, this is cool, we will give you valuable things for this. And then there are a lot of travelers from Western Asia / like Turkey and well, what is now like Turkey and Syria and Lebanon, and they traveled to Scandinavia and documented what the various cultures there were doing, which is really cool. It's some of the earliest like travel guide slash like cultural biographies that we have that weren't written by like the Greeks or the Romans, which is really cool. Thank you for the lurk super fast. Oh, good. Yes, we should also be shouting out Tadpole because if we're blaming him, we should at least direct to his stuff. Tadpole is based in the eastern United States, and he tends to stream in the evening for that time zone. So I'm frequently not in his streams anymore because it's a bit too late for me. But he does a lot of Minecraft. He does hardcore Minecraft, and then he occasionally does other various things that we guilt trip him into playing, basically. Tadpole's a lot of fun. You should definitely check him out. Okay. I'm gonna do... What does it look like if I put them next to each other? I feel like I'm gonna end up with a weird oblong... Yeah. I don't like that. That's not Atlantic rock art. That's fine. Let's do diagonal. Diagonally across, otherwise known as kitty corner, where I'm from in America. But some people call it caddy corner, and some people apparently call it caddywampus, which is the best term, in my opinion, for anything, really. It's caddywampus. And I'm kind of sad that my people just use kitty corner. Because caddywampus is great. You missed Tadpole streams for the same reason? Yeah. Got to see him earlier. Yeah, I missed him earlier because I was ill. But he was streaming a little bit earlier this week, which was nice. We're gonna just fill this in, and then I'll let's see. Let's do another sort of stuff there. Oh, except I need to get this as stone, and then we do this. Okay. Half of these are gonna get changed out for stairs anyway, but let's just at least get a sense of the rock art. That's a first, where I've run out of the stone that I'm just using as a default. Okay, it felt like a lot placing it down, but now it feels like not that much at all. So let's do, you know what, I'm gonna go ham on the cut marks, I think. We haven't really done that. Oh, I forgot to... Oh, well that's good. I had paused the recording originally when I started coming out this direction, and then I realized that I might want a panorama of the other one, so I started the recording again, and then I was like, oh, I forgot to start the recording as we started building, but apparently I forgot to stop it after I thought about the panorama, so it doesn't matter. It's fine. I am a professional. I swear. Sometimes. Maybe. On occasion. Oh, I need to do the bottom. I always forget about the bottom block. Bottom block. Only heard of caddywampus used for something off like a skew. Oh, really? Oh, that's interesting. Then maybe that's... Huh. So this is a thing where I only know this because there's like a quiz online that's like, what we can tell what part of the US you're from based on like these 15 questions or whatever. And one of the answers for saying something was diagonally across, I thought said caddywampus, but they could have been wrong. I could be misremembering. It could be that it is only used for something that's askew rather than diagonally across from something, which is interesting. But the thing is that those they always know exactly where I'm from within like 5 seconds. They only need like 2 questions from me because either the one question, the big question they need is, what do you call a water fountain? Which in Rhode Island is not called a water fountain. I mean, like, if you ask somebody for a water fountain, they'll know what you mean. But we don't call it a water fountain by default or a drinking fountain. We call it a bubbler. And there are only 2 places in America where it's called a bubbler, and that is in Rhode Island and parts of Wisconsin. And so, oh really? Interesting. Huh. Something askew, awry, or not in line. Yeah, so I wonder if, because that's the only time I've seen the word is in that quiz, but maybe I misunderstood what they were asking. But like, Kitty Corner was, like, my version of Kitty Corner was also an answer, so I just assumed it meant the same thing. That it refers to an animal like bogey. Oh, that's kind of gross. Yeah, no, they always, as soon as the bubbler question gets asked, they're like, oh, you're from either Wisconsin or Rhode Island. And then usually it's like, what do you call soda? And if I say soda, they're like, you're a Rhode Islander. We can pinpoint it within these 4 towns. Like, yeah. So it's never super exciting to take those quizzes because they always know exactly where I'm from. I'm gonna put another one there. Okay, how much is this? This feels like a lot. Is that a lot? That's quite a bit. I feel like that's quite a bit. Okay, let's move on to gradients. Oh, I'm gonna never. I don't need that. I don't need that, and I don't need the basalt or the spirals. I didn't really put. Oh no, I was about to say I didn't really put spirals in, but no, there are 3 of them in there. There are plenty of spirals. Weird terms. Regional phrases are amazing. They're one of my favorite linguistic things. We have a lot of them. There's so many regional phrases in Scotland. Which, as someone who moved here, I had to learn what they are. And there's still so many where I'll look at my husband and be like, what does that mean? And he's like, oh, you've never heard that one before. We're like, no, it doesn't come up in regular conversation. Yeah, there's a lot. One of the ones that confuses a lot of people is lemonade. And I think this is UK wide and not just Scotland, but in America, and I think also in Canada, but at least in the United States, lemonade is a drink that is made by putting lemon juice and sugar into water. But here, it's Sprite. And so if you ask someone for a lemonade, or if somebody asks if you would like a lemonade, a lot of the time you'll get something that is very different to what you thought you were getting. I'm gonna make this stone a lot darker, I think. I think it's time for a dark stone. We haven't really done a dark stone. Did I pick that one up? Yeah, okay. You'd love to see what area it'd guess you're from. Yeah, I'm always, yeah, people who have lived multiple places. It definitely, like, it kind of struggles with my dad because he's originally from Delaware, but he's lived for the last multiple decades, like 4 decades in Rhode Island. So he uses a mixture of the two, and they're like, you're from Maryland / Delaware, maybe New Jersey, and he's like, nope. I mean, Delaware, yes, but it frequently gets confused with him. Cloudy lemonade? Yeah, probably cloudy lemonade is the closest equivalent. But sweeter. Because Americans, we like our sugar. But yes. And that's the another one is that, let's see, this is, yeah, that's fine. Is that cider here is always alcoholic. Whereas in America, apple cider by default is not alcoholic. If you want the alcohol, you have to call it hard cider. Otherwise, it's just cloudy apple juice here, except a bit of a different variant of it. It's like the coloration is different. It's made slightly differently, but it's basically the same thing as cloudy apple juice, or at least that's the closest thing to the sort of UK equivalent. But it is another one that Americans have to look out for. Like, if somebody's offering you a cider, be aware that there is alcohol in it. Is there a name for lemon sugar water then? There's lemon water in the UK, but lemon water a lot of the time is just kind of lemon juice and water and not so much sugar. But it depends on who's making it. But generally, like lemon beverages, juice that isn't lemon juice, like that's actually drinkable, it tends to be a lot more like tart and sour than a lot of the American varieties, in my experience. Let's see. Yeah, let's keep doing. And then maybe what we do is we merge it into like a mossy cobble. Do these two. Actually, we'll do these ones as well. I don't want to make it a full like line. I mean, it is still, but I don't like it making them like super straight lines. I like kind of moving the gradient a bit so it looks a little bit more natural. Of course, I say this one is basically a straight line, so let's actually change that a little bit. Let's do this maybe. And might leave this one here. Yeah. Okay. And then mossy cobble, which I don't have in my inventory. Lived on both coasts, international friends. Yeah. Lemon water in your experience is just warm water with a slice of lemon. Yes. Yeah. So lots of similar phrases that are not actually meaning the same thing. Yeah, let's go with that. Okay. And then we need stairs. I didn't use cobblestone, so let's not use cobble stairs. And I didn't use andesite, but I did use tuff. Thank you for the follow! I really wish we had... What am I missing stairs for? I have mossy cobble. I have tuff. I have deep slate. It's just the basalt. It's a 4... Okay, in my head, this was a 5-block gradient and not a 4-block gradient. I'm like, which one am I missing stairs for? Yeah, I wish we could get stairs for all of the stone types. Stairs and walls and slabs for all the stone types. That would be really cool. Especially for calcite. That would make things a lot easier for a lot of different things. Like building pyramids in something that's closer to limestone than a sandstone is. That would be great. But I shouldn't complain because we're gonna get Highland cows and that's pretty great. I want all the stairs. I want all the blocks. Okay, let's do a fissure. Yeah, we can do it. We can do one here. Here, let's do this. We can do this and then this. That kind of goes into a corner. We could also, you know, we could maybe... Okay, so this, then it would be here, and then it would be here. I'm gonna see what happens if I continue this fissure through the artwork. Because that is a thing that happens in Atlantic rock art. Oh, except... Okay, well, it's not going to continue there because I don't want to get rid of the cut marks, but I also don't want my walls to not work. So that's fine. It kind of goes. It's, yeah, it works. Okay, and then maybe we do... Let's do one that's at like a horizontal angle. I haven't done horizontal angle fissures yet, really. Oh, except that's also a thing. Okay, let's make it go the other way then. Do that. It doesn't really go very far though. Kind of hoping to like drag it across three different stones, but that's fine. We could do that here though. Can we? Yes. If we do this, well, this, And then this. And then take this one out. Oh, but we'll curve it that way a bit. And I'll leave it there. You could use quartz for the white color or make a one-time map art to create the texture. Yeah. For limestone, you mean? Because at the moment I'm not building in limestone, so I don't need the white texture. But yeah, if you're building like a pyramid, you could definitely do rock art, or you could use quartz, or you could use calcite. A lot of people will use the just regular sandstone because it's kind of closer in color to the limestone of Egypt if you're going for an Egyptian pyramid. But if you're going for, say, like the pyramids at Chichen Itza, like Central American pyramids, I used mostly diorite for that, and that worked pretty well. But that was before we had calcite in the game. At least I think it was. It may not have been quite that. Well, it might have been before we had calcite in the game. So that's an option. But it would be nice if we could have like calcite is like limestone is a type of calcite. So it would be good, it would be good if we could get stones and stairs and slabs and walls and things for calcite. But I do appreciate that we have a bit more, we actually have options, a few more options for white stairs now, with the pale oak wood. That opened up a lot of possibilities. We haven't moved to that version yet on this server because, oh, hello. I don't have much in the way of, that's all in my, I don't want to have to deal with yous. I'm going to ignore them. Half the time if you ignore them, they just leave. Yeah, so we haven't gotten Pale Gardens on here yet because we were waiting for people's mods to catch up. But I haven't checked recently. Well, I haven't checked in the last few weeks. There were a few mods that we were still waiting on, but I haven't checked in the last few weeks and I really should. Okay, let's see. I think this is pretty good in terms of fissures. Let's do... have buttons. Let's get some lichen going. And maybe some of these. And then I liked the moss carpet that we ended up with. And then we'll do coral last, I think. You meant for the map art, for making the texture of your faux limestone. Yeah, you could. Map art is certainly a thing you could do. The difficulty with map art is that it's huge. so I've definitely done it. I did it in the video where I built the Egyptian pyramids. I used it for the inside texture so that I could get the designs of the some of the designs of the pyramid texts inside the pyramids. So that's definitely a possibility you could use. But I don't like doing it when I'm not in creative because it takes a while and I'm lazy. But yeah, it's definite. If you're one of the people who enjoys doing map art, absolutely do map art because it's really, really useful. And it's something where something like this kind of Atlantic rock art, you could use map art for as well. The main reason I haven't done it is again because it's kind of it's a lot to do for a single thing. And I would need to do multiple map arts for each motif design, and that would be a certain amount of work. So instead, I just did it with the stones that we have. But if you wanted to, you could absolutely do map art and get everything to scale that way and get a lot more variation in the shapes within Minecraft. Heading off. No worries, Clara. Thank you for hanging out. Hey, Urban Exotics, welcome in. Fossils and archaeology. Yes. Well, yes. We're Neolithic, and Scottish Neolithic was 6,000 years ago-ish. So roughly 4,000 to 2,000 BCE is what we're talking about with all this rock art. Do like a pressure plate there, maybe. I'll do like a pebble. I'll do some pebbles. on the outside here. Oh, fossils and archaeology kit. Oh, that's good to know. I didn't realize that came out today. Have you played around with it yet, Urban? Or are you just getting the chance? You thought of me when you saw it had been updated. Yeah, that's good to know. I'll have to check it out. Okay, what am I doing? I'm doing coral. Coral is what I'm doing. Let's do like these two and then mix it up a bit. Not that there's terribly, like it's not the easiest of things to tell the difference. Like you can if you look closely between the two corals that you can tell the difference, but when it's the sort of fan coral, it's very subtle differences between things a lot of the time. But still. I like throwing it in for anybody who does take the time to see what it is. Don't have Minecraft on your PC. Ah, okay. That makes sense. That's a shame. I'm glad that they are optimizing Minecraft a lot more so that it's becoming easier to run on older PCs and systems, because yeah. I mean, it's slowly but surely, but this is not where the coral is in my, okay. This is the problem of moving and putting the boxes in different orders. Okay, I feel like this works though. Yeah, we can see all the rock art. That's quite a lot of rock art, and I like covering some of it in lichen. I might do a little more lichen. There's only like 5 bits of lichen, and it's a big panel. We could do some lichen there, maybe there. I wish we could put it on top of things like stairs, but you can't. Maybe we merge it into the landscape a little. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Let's put that, like, get some of the carpet. I don't want to... The thing is that because I'm kind of hiding this around the server, I want to, I don't want to cover up the rock art itself too much, where, like, somebody would have to dig through a block to see it at all. Because I feel like if people come across this, they might be really hesitant to break any of the blocks. And so I don't want the rock art getting lost underneath a moss carpet, but getting close to a moss carpet, I'm more than happy to. You haven't played in a while, so it's tempting to try and make something like this. Thank you, Pops. I'm glad it looks good. I really enjoyed coming up with how to do this after I struggled trying to make it to scale, and then I was like, you know what, that's not possible. Let's just see what we can do, and I like how these are coming out. They're good. Oh, we haven't, you know what we haven't done is seen what they look like with shaders. Oh gosh, that's bright. That's very bright, but it's cool. Why is it bright? Is it bright because which shaders do I have? Oh no, it's not even the vibrant ones, but we can do the super cloudy ones, the moody shaders, Hysteria Shaders Universal. They're very Scotland vibe. It's like dark and cloudy and misty. Yeah. It's a little too dark, which is why I haven't really used them for like thumbnails or anything, because it's a little bit too dark and gloomy, but it's very, very Scotland vibes. Oh no, that's not what I meant to do. Thank you for the follow super fast. Here, let's go back and try. Let's see how vibrant these are with Silders. Probably ridiculously so. But if you didn't know, between complementary... Okay, that's very vibrant. But also, Silders... Okay, where's the sun? In here? It is over there? Okay, so this is the sun in Silders. We're looking at the sun, right? I'm just gonna show you what happens with complementary. Oh, hey, look at that. The sun is not there. It's over here. It's like a totally different part of the map. So that's something to be aware of. If you've got different shader packs, you might, like if you're wanting the sun to come from a specific angle, you might be able to get it with a different shader pack, which is what Pixel Riffs and we discovered this when we were building Petra, because Petra is like in a cliff face, and with Silders, the sun is in the exact wrong position, but with complementary, it's in the exact right position to get a nice shot of the surface of the stone. So just FYI, different shaders have the sun in different positions, so play around with them if you're wanting the sun in specific places when you get your screenshots and things. Okay, I'm gonna turn shaders off because it might be slowing down a certain amount of streams. Shouldn't I incorporate some purple flowers to give the effect of heather? Might really fit in well with the moody shaders. Yes. Well, the hill by my base I've covered in lilacs, because that's the closest we have in Minecraft to heather. So that's they're covering that hill. But I haven't brought any with me on this journey for these. But not to make this super silly joke, but my name's Heather, so I'm on this hill, so it counts, right? Okay, all right. I don't get to make that joke often. It's relatively rare that my name actually comes up. All right, let's sleep. Which one moves the sun from east to west, and which one moves it north to south? Yes. Agreed. A YouTuber you watched announced it. Ah, that's good to know. Hey, welcome in. I'm sorry, I glanced, my eyes skipped totally over. And hello, Acheron, welcome in. Hello, hello. Oh goodness, I've missed a number of things. Yeah, after finding you a couple weeks ago, forgot to look back at the other videos, just looked after the pyramids. Now you're queuing up some watch laters. Oh, that's great. I'm so glad. Yeah, it's the Minecraft archaeology series took a bit of a backseat when Archaeo SMP Season 2 was launching. So I haven't made videos in there recently, but there will be. So next video to come out is hopefully next week. It depends on, there's potentially a sponsorship for that video, so I need to talk to the organization. But hopefully the video will be out next week sometime. Ideally like Wednesday, but we'll see. And then after that, it's going to be a Minecraft archaeology video, and both of them are dealing with Scottish Neolithic rock art. So the Archaeo SMP one is going to be building, it's going to be what we're doing right now, building the rock art and then talking about why it's important in Scotland and things. But then the Minecraft archaeology one is going to be talking about how to build your own in Minecraft. Now, I will say some people are less than happy with me about the fact that my Minecraft archaeology videos are not block by block tutorials. They are tutorials. They just make you think about it. So I don't say, oh, put this block here and then this block here. I say, well, you have a few different choices. You could go this option or you could do this option. Here's some ideas of what to do. So just be aware of that as you're watching them, but you know, don't approach them as block by block tutorials. But yeah, there will be a deeper dive episode, and what I'm planning to do is take, because we can't really do rock art at a super like at 2 scale in Minecraft super well, I'm gonna take at least one of the main sites in Scotland for rock art, one of the most sort of well-known sites, and I'm gonna blow it up to like 20 times its actual size so that we can see what the rock art is in, like you can actually see it in Minecraft. So it won't be to scale, it's all, well, I mean, it's 2A scale, it's just not a 1-to-1 scale. So Heather watched Heather become, yeah, exactly. Thank you for the quack. Shouldn't I incorporate some, oh no, I read that already. I'm a functional person. Okay, let's collect, I don't have enough space in my inventory. Let's put some of this away. Okay. That should be enough to collect all of these, ideally. And then we're gonna fly somewhere else, because I've already taken screenshots of the coordinates for this one. We're gonna, oh, I also should probably get more than 5 rockets to fly somewhere. Oh, do I not have, oh no, they're hopefully in here, because otherwise I'm in trouble. Excellent. Okay. I was gonna say, if I don't have enough rockets, then we're making a quick trip to spawn, because there are probably still rockets at spawn somewhere. I don't know if anybody's selling rockets yet this season. I'm not entirely sure. Which direction do I want to go? few redstone tutorials do a block by block. There's some of the people who literally say, put one of these here like this. Yeah. Yeah. A certain number of people, you may see in the comments, a certain number of the people in my Egyptian pyramids video really wanted it to be a block by block tutorial, apparently. And I did not oblige, and they were upset. But I don't really, it's... okay, I can't put... This is ruins for those who may not have seen Archaeo SMP at all yet. This is season 2 of the server. So these, before we started the server, well, before we started the season, we ruined builds from season 1 and we brought them into the world for season 2, and I hid them around the server. I placed them around the server in places where people were going to be. So, that's what this is. Which, granted, has just given you a major clue as to where that rock art was, but that's fine. Also, for those who may not have heard, I'm hiding the coordinates for some of this rock art because excuse me, controls. Okay. Because I really like the idea of people kind of stumbling upon these. Oh, this is another ruin, which is cool. I think this was Orc Boy's house last season. And he's got cobwebs and things. And also, I have a video for those who may want to take your own Minecraft builds and turn them into ruins. I have a video for that on my channel, giving some suggestions and things. So he's got a lot of cobwebs and a lot of things that have decayed and fallen down and things. There's a lot. It's really fun to just kind of stumble upon these in the landscape. They're not in the same place that they were in the original season because we're using a different map, so they kind of have to be in a different spot. But a lot of them are near places where people will go or travel, or where people are likely to kind of travel. Oh, this is just a village. At this point, I genuinely don't know where I am on the server. I have a general idea of where I might be. But you know me, I get turned around in Minecraft and I go in circles, so I've probably gone in about 4 different circles. Just in this flying attempt. Let's be really honest. Oh. Okay, well, I found a thing. Let's maybe not put rock art right there. And this is probably the same village that we just passed. I've probably gone in a circle. Clara found one when you were on the other day. Oh, which one did you guys find? Oh, and we're back at Harold's base. Okay, yeah, I've gone in a circle. We did this one earlier. This one was not hidden. I just wanted to make one for Harold because I thought it would be fun for him to just stumble upon it. Let's go... I don't know. Which direction? Let's go this direction. Whatever this direction is. North, maybe? There's a village. Oh, that's cool. Okay, this is definitely north. This is Rin's area, I believe. And they haven't been able to be on for a little while. Left some stuff. Okay, alright. I will leave that for Rin to find. But it could be cool. The thing is that if I build something at Rin's, I think that he might be a little bit hesitant to move it. Oh, you found the mosaic ones! Oh, cool. And then you found a ruin that turned out not to be a ruin. What was that one? I should go back and watch the VOD. I wasn't able to catch you guys. A lot of the time I like to lurk in Dragon and Clara's stream because it's kind of evening my time. But the other day I was asleep and therefore not lurking. Let's go. I genuinely don't know where I am anymore. Let's go. Oh, okay. We've gone in a circle again. Okay. Maybe. Okay, hold on. We keep going in circles. All right, that's west. Let's keep going west because we were quite far east. Turned out to be a day 1 build by Harold. Oh, okay, good to know. Maybe you and a few other archaeopaleo type builders should put together a mod to give everyone the stumble upon experience. Yeah, it'd be cool to have some more of the generated structures be dotted around. Like, I would love, I really love that they're giving us variants on mobs now, but it'd be really cool if we could also get variants on some of the really common sites that you find in Minecraft, like the desert well. Can we get like 3 different variants that just spawn kind of randomly? It'd be really cool. Or like the desert pyramid, if you just had 3 different configurations that maybe, which direction is, hang on, wait a minute. That's west. We should keep going west, at least a little bit. Kind of southwest, actually. Because directly west from spawn, I don't know that anybody's directly west from spawn. There's this bit. See, I would put something here, but everybody on the server knows where this is. So I kind of want to hide it a little bit better. You could stick it in the mangrove swamp, but who's going to want to sift through the mangrove swamp to find some rock art? On the other hand, it could be something nice to stumble upon. But the chances of somebody doing that are relatively slim. We're also into desert, and Scottish rock art doesn't exactly happen in a desert because we don't exactly have deserts in Scotland. But that doesn't matter. Maybe we do, like, I don't know, here. Which may well be familiar to some players on the server for various reasons, but it's fine. I'm gonna do it anyway. I should eat something before I keep slamming into things. See you later, Urban Exotics. Thanks for stopping by. Now that lodestones are cheaper, yes, we don't have that on the server yet, which is the only reason that I'm not using lodestones in the rock art. But yes, if you're playing in the, it's a snapshot that they're cheaper, right? So if you're playing in the snapshot, absolutely lodestones, or if you're doing stuff in creative, lodestones become a really nice option for rock art because they've got the sort of top. The other sad thing is that you do get spirals with, here, let me put this away. You get spirals on shulker boxes. Hold on. But they're on the bottom of shulker boxes. Oh, except, hold on. Okay, hold. I did this wrong. It's fine. So like you have this really cool spiral, and if you had like a gray or a black or a light gray shulker box, you could get a really cool spiral as part of the rock art, but you can't place... Well, no, you can place shulkers upside down though, can't you? I mean, I've literally just... You can place them sideways. You can definitely place them upside down. It would take a lot though. That's a lot of extra steps. Is it worth it? I don't know. I'm gonna say it's probably not worth it for this stream, but it's definitely something to consider. What does the rock art look like? Ah, yes, it's been a while since I've shown you. Hold on. Let me bring the internet up. Okay, so this is Scottish Neolithic rock art. It's in this style of called Atlantic rock art, which is a style that we find in what is now Scotland, England, Wales, Northern Ireland, Ireland, Spain, and Portugal. And it's generally kind of on the Atlantic edges, well, sort of those areas, although we do get it inland as well. But like with Spain and Portugal, for example, it is kind of there's a reason it's called Atlantic rock art. And there are potentially examples in Scandinavia and France, but those are kind of debated by the rock art specialists, so I haven't included them. But we have these motifs, the general motifs, and a motif in rock art is basically a design or a symbol. In Atlantic rock art, it's generally abstract rock art, which is rock art that is not easily identifiable as like an animal or a person or something, or like an object, that kind of a thing. So we get, one of the really common things we get are cup marks. Actually, let me start with cup marks. Cup marks are divots in the stone, like this. And they're just like little cups in the stone. And they can be rather deep, like these ones are. They can be rather shallow, like this one is. Here, I can also take the texture off so you can kind of see how deep that is on the stone. This is a 3D model of an actual stone with actual Neolithic rock art. And it was created by Scotland's Rock Art Project, which is a phenomenal project that's been documenting these stones across Scotland and trying to see what kind of patterns we can determine from where they are and what they depict and things like that. So you get cup marks like this, cup marks, I should say, CUP. And then a variant on that, this is a pretty good example, is, well, this is an additional variant, but you get cup and ring marks. So you have the cup in the middle, and then you have concentric rings coming out of it. And you can have like 1 or 2 rings, or you can have as many as like 10. And it varies from design to design. A variation on the cup and ring mark, which is what we see here. So you've got the cup and rings, but then you have a line going from the cup mark down to the outside of the rings, somewhere outside of the rings. That's called a radial. So when it's the cup and ring mark with the line, we call the whole thing a radial, which is basically, again, just an example of a cup and ring mark. I'm trying to get it. There you go. So you can see you've got the cup and then the rings. I'm saying this, you can see, I'm conscious that some of you are visually impaired and therefore you can't necessarily see. But if you imagine like a little cup / divot and then concentric rings around it and a line going from the cup all the way to the outside of the rings. And sometimes it curls at the end, like not quite like a curly tail sort of thing, but a little bit like a little bit of like a dog's tail curls. Not like a pig's tail, but like a sort of standard dog tail curl. It does that a little bit as well. And then we also have a variation on cup and ring marks that are called penannulars. And I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, okay. Tormin Hill is the one that I used. Okay. Penannulars are, if you imagine cup and ring marks, almost as if they're like a pizza or a cake or a pie that someone's taken a slice out of. So there's a slice in there somewhere from the outside all the way to the middle, a sort of triangular slice where there's no design at all. But the rest of it looks like cup and ring marks. Penannular just means a ring with some of it missing. So that's all it is. It's cup and ring marks with a bit of the design missing. And this one from Tormin or Tormin, I don't know. I've never heard it pronounced out loud. This one is an example of a penannular, or at least the closest I can easily find in these models. So you have the cup mark and then the rings around it, but then kind of in this bit here, sort of the sort of lower right part of that cup and ring mark from our perspective is just blank. So you're cutting into stones, not placing stones in a pattern. Yes. So rock art, Heather, it can be painted onto rocks. So you can be painting something like there's very famous rock art in France. Here, I can actually just get the images up. If you've seen Lascaux caves in France with the oryx paintings, that's rock art. It's just painted on, or it's pigments. A lot of it, it's mostly ochre and carbon and such. Or it can be like chiseled in, like carved in, or as in the case with Atlantic rock art. Hang on, let me just make sense. Okay, I just had to make sure that it wasn't like time for me to sleep and I wasn't about to spawn creepers. With Atlantic rock art, it's made through something called pecking, where you have, basically you make the design by taking another stone and hitting the stone with it over and over and over again. And when it's a softer stone, that can happen. It's relatively easy to do. When it's a harder stone, it can take a lot longer. But basically what they were doing was taking like a semi-pointy stone, not sharp point, but like a rounded pointy-ish stone, and just hitting the surface of the big rock slab that they were making these designs on, hitting it over and over and over again to get the design that they wanted. Which is really cool. So they didn't actually need, it's the Neolithic, so they didn't have metal technologies, and they didn't need them to make the rock art that they were making, which is really cool. I'm realizing, hold on, that I haven't taken the internet off of the screen. There we go. I started placing, I didn't do anything, I just started placing my shulker boxes. But yeah, so let's make another example here. Like I said, in Scotland, we don't really have deserts, so we're not really technically recreating exactly Scottish archaeology at the moment, but I don't care, it's fine. Half the server lives in or near a desert, so we're gonna stick it here. You're guessing I was gonna say spirals and knots? Well, so the knotwork designs, the stone knotwork, well, stone and other media, that's early medieval. So that's a couple, well, that's about 4.5 to 5 millennia later. Well, from the earliest Neolithic rock art. Otherwise, it's like 3.5, well, 2.5 to 3 millennia later. Kind of like painted caves only on stones. Yes, either painting or cutting, chiseling, or pecking into the stones. Yeah. Internet equals the Googles, not the actual internet. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, lodestones. So lodestones are in the game, but they've made them cheaper in a snapshot. So I don't think that they've put the cheaper cost into a full release yet. But I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure it was in like a snapshot a few weeks ago. But it'll be great when it's in the actual game, because I think they realized that nobody makes lodestones because they're so expensive, because they require so much netherite that nobody bothers outside of creative. And that's a bit of a shame, because they designed it to be a useful block and something that people could use frequently. But because it required so much netherite, people were like, yeah, this is not worth it. So they just never used them. So they've made it cheaper. I think it just requires... Is it iron that it requires now? It's like, I don't think it requires, if I remember correctly, it requires like either no netherite or barely any compared to what it was, which is great. So for the cup and ring marks in this rock art, I've been using polished basalt or chiseled stone, chiseled stone, because they both have like the cup mark in the middle and then a couple of concentric rings. And they're in a slightly different design, so it's cool because it allows me to get some of the variation that we see in the rock art in Scotland, which is a lot of fun. And then we do also get spirals in Atlantic rock art, so I'm using the spirals from the tough blocks. But we don't have a whole lot of blocks in Minecraft that give us that kind of design. And then to get the cup marks themselves, the best I've been able to come up with is using a wall and surrounding it with like solid surfaces, so that you get like the sort of 4 holes in a single block, and that's kind of the closest we can get. Time for a 3-hour stretch. Thank you for the stretch, Dragon. Thank you. Feel free to stretch, unless that would be painful for you, in which case do whatever is not painful. But yeah. So to answer your question, Heather, of how we're making this, you believe it is iron. Good. Yeah, I think lodestones are now only costing iron instead of netherite. So we're doing that for the specific designs. I can't really get anything for the radials or the penannulars so much. I've done a little bit with lines coming out of the stone. Hold on, where's my sand? And then I've done a little bit with lines like using stairs. So similar to when I built the Nazca lines all ages and ages ago, and I got the lines in the dirt using stairs. Basically doing the same thing to kind of get either like fissures in the rock, like cracks in the rock, or to kind of get that sort of radial design. But it's I mean, it's not the greatest way to do it, but it's the best way we have in Minecraft, so that's what it is at the moment. And then, yeah, just penannulars, there isn't really a way to do it without building on a massive scale, which is why for the Minecraft archaeology video of this, I want to make sure that, or I want to try building one of the stones at like 20 times the scale, so that we can actually see, like, I can actually try to represent a penannular in Minecraft. We'll see whether I succeed. I haven't tried it yet. But we'll see. I think it could work, or at least work. We could at least maybe get some map art in creative. It's just that I haven't done map art on Archaeo SMP because that's a lot, and I didn't want to do map art in survival, basically. Let me sort of surround this with stone. What I've been doing is kind of filling in stone in a lot of places to get a sense of where I want the rock to be, and then going back in and deciding on the gradient of the stone, and then sort of shading and texturing and such from there. Yeah, that works. Let's do a few more blocks, bring this out, and then I'm also trying to not make the stones too square, which is not the easiest thing to do in Minecraft, but I'm trying to make them more blob-like so that they don't have too many hard edges. Can you dye clay blocks or bricks and then punch holes in it to do the cut marks? You can't. Hey, Storybookie, welcome in. You can't necessarily do that in Minecraft outside of modded Minecraft. There are mods that allow you to kind of chip away. Is it Chisels and Bits is the main one, where you can kind of chip away at bits of the block to turn it into a shape. So if you had Chisels and Bits, you could definitely do a lot of rock art with that. You could also, if you... You could dye the clay blocks, or like terracotta. You could get dyed terracotta, but it wouldn't have any of the design on it, unfortunately. But if you did map art with, say, the various colors of terracotta and then some other darker blocks doing the sort of rock art design, you could definitely do that. You just have to do a lot of map art, which I haven't done because it's a lot of map art. But it's certainly a possibility, especially for those of you who really enjoy doing map art. I'm kind of indifferent to map art. I enjoy it for the first little while, and then I'm like, this is really big, and I want to be done. So, which is weird for me to say because I've built multiple pyramids to scale in Minecraft, and those are enormous. But yeah, the map art, I enjoy it until I don't, and when I stop enjoying it, I very much need to be done with it. So that's why I haven't bothered with it in survival, because I don't trust I don't trust myself to not reach a point of needing to be done anytime soon. What am I doing? We're doing gradient. Okay. You know, what I could have done was sandstone. Well, except then we wouldn't have the cup and ring marks. So maybe we wouldn't do sandstone. I wish... Is there a block that does a nice gradient between, like, stone color and sand color? The only one I can think of might be iron ore, which I've used before in that way. I don't have any iron ore on me. I don't even think I have any saved up. So we're not going to use it today. But that might be the only one that kind of fits the bill. That's fine. It'll just be a rocky outcrop. Okay, let's get some fissures in the stone. And I'll make this like a lighter... well, okay, maybe let's not do fissures yet. Let's do gradienting first. Okay, let's do... where's the sun? That's west. Okay, I feel like this is the lighter bits. Over here. See, cobblestone still looks lighter to me. Let me do cobble here. And then here. Oops. We'll do cobble, and then if we do andesite here. I love that I have a haunch and a half down and you need me to eat something immediately. Dragon and I are so different in terms of eating in Minecraft. I will go all the way down to 3 hunger haunches, and like the only reason I'll remember to eat something is because I'm no longer sprinting. Which, granted, it's very much appreciated I mean, it's appreciated in general. It's especially appreciated when I'm doing dangerous things and I've forgotten to eat, and chat is like, you need to eat something, because I forget all the time. But I do find it kind of funny. Different people's preferences for remembering to eat in Minecraft. Also, half a heart down. Yes, and you know how I like to fall off of things. Yes, I do very much fall off of things frequently in Minecraft. Sand, sandstone, yellow terracotta, raw iron, stone. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. The yellow terracotta might be... I'd have to see the tone of... like, the color tone of yellow terracotta again. That's the one where my brain is, I'm not super sure, but I also haven't used yellow terracotta in a while. And a lot of the terracottas, the nice thing about them is that they're usually a duller shade of the color that they are. They tend to blend really well. Okay, I think maybe let's do this. Yeah, okay. Let's get some cracks in the stone. So for those who've recently joined, one of the cool things about this rock art is that they sought out stones or boulders that had cracks in them so that they could incorporate the cracks and the divots and things into the art. Like, the cracks are part of it. So it's what's really cool with Scotland's rock art project is that they've found that, like, they thought, oh, maybe they're looking for stones that don't have too many cracks in them, but they compared them all and they're like, no, actually they're looking for stones with more cracks in them, really. We find more cracks in rock art stones than we do in sort of surrounding non-rock art stones, which is really, really cool, in my opinion. Let's do like the other thing about radials, or we get something called grooves, which are just straight or wavy lines. Oh, headphone, hold on. Straight or wavy lines in between different designs or just across the stone. And one of the things that those do, or that radials will do, is connect one design to another, which is really cool. Various types of wood, moss, and or leaves to get the gradient. Yes, you definitely could. And I'm not opposed to using a different material, certainly. Goodness knows I do it a lot. Yeah, actually, you know what? Let's hold on. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by by a fissure possibility. Cool. Yes, I like that. Especially because it means it curves a little bit. I like that. Okay. Yes, you could definitely incorporate like wood or with a lot of these gradients, especially the grays, sometimes I like using acacia. I tried it with this kind of color palette, and it was just the wrong tone, just slightly the wrong color tone. So I stopped, but it's certainly a possibility. It works. It tends to work very well with gray stone types, depending on the stone that you're using. Okay. The other thing that I mentioned, although we can't really do like a sand carpet, and a yellow carpet is too bright. I don't want to do that. But one of the things I mentioned is that we get a lot of stuff growing on top of these stones. So a lot of the time when you're looking into rock art in Scotland, you kind of have to clean, well, you don't even kind of, you have to clean the stone off first before you can really do anything with it. I'm gonna want that to happen, so we're gonna redo this. We're gonna have to make the stairs obey my, there we go, my every whim. So the other thing with sand is that it blows everywhere. So we get things in Scotland, for example, with sand inundations is what they're called. So during storms, especially like the one that we had recently, you get massive piles of sand getting blown onto different archaeological sites or ruins, especially ones that are on the coast. If they're in sand dunes, you can get like meters and meters and meters of sand that you then have to dig through. In a lot of Scotland, our archaeology tends to be very close to the surface because so much of Scotland has been used for agriculture, that with constant ploughing, the topsoil is very thin. So you don't have to dig very far to get to Neolithic layers, really. Like I've seen it be, I don't know, 10 centimeters below the surface. You don't have to go far, depending on where you are. But you do also get places where these sand inundations will just like bury things in meters of sand. The downside is that we don't have like sand carpets. So back where there was grass, when we were building these in grassy areas, I could use moss carpet to kind of cover it up, but we don't have a sand colored carpet. So I'm just going to put stairs on the edge down here and have it be kind of understood that there's more of the stone underneath the sand. I mean, if somebody dug through it, they wouldn't find more because I'm not building it, but it's implied sort of that it's there. Yellow terracotta usually has a bright lemony color. Yeah, but with moody lighting. Yeah. Or I could see with certain shaders, maybe it could work. I'd have to, yeah, it's one where my brain immediately was like, I don't know if that works. And then I was like, no, actually, it's terracotta. So I'd have to see it. Because I think it could, depending on how wrong my memory of terracotta, of the terracotta color is. Which could be very wrong in all honesty. It frequently is. I don't use yellow terracotta much. I usually stick to like cyan terracotta. Speaking of acacia, got a tip from a Celtic roundhouse tutorial to use the texture of acacia wood blocks as grey aged thatch. That would work. I've been using, because I've been building stuff that's more kind of like fresh thatch, I've been using hay bales, bamboo, and birch planks, and that works pretty well, especially because you can put ladders on the bamboo and the birch planks to kind of line up ish with the red twine on the hay bales, and that works pretty well. But yes, if you're going for an aged thatch look, absolutely, acacia logs would work well. You can also, if you're going for like a turf roof, you can go kind of the turf direction and do moss and grass blocks. But that's again more turf than thatch. Okay. I think it's time to do some of the details. Let's start with, where have I put my, okay, let's start with some glow lichen. Now, the thing about the glow lichen is that glow lichen doesn't necessarily grow in the desert, but we're gonna suspend disbelief a little bit here, because we don't really have a different option. Let's go with this, and we can have it kind of spread out into the sand and make it a little bit more incorporated. Trying to help get the color and tone. Yeah. No, absolutely, Heather. It was a good thought. I had the same exact thought when I was brainstorming about acacia, and I was like, oh, acacia will work really well, and then I put it next to each other and I was like, darn, it's just shy. So yeah, absolutely an excellent thought for it. I have cobblestone slabs in my inventory. I love when I lose track of what blocks I'm using and where they are. Okay. I kind of want this to, let's get some, what am I trying to say? I don't want it to just be slabs. Let's get some stairs in here. Kind of vary this a little bit. Maybe do this way. Get some stairs. Sure. And then if we do just some regular cobblestone, but down in the ground level of this area. Sure. More or less. We should maybe change some of that to andesite though, because we've gotten into the andesite zone of the big rock. Yeah, that works. More or less. I think. I've used a certain amount of tuff in here, but I don't know, I kind of like the discoloration that it's given. So I might just leave it. It's only three of the rocks. I mean, aside from the spiral, which has to be tough. kind of like it, I think. Hey, Clara, welcome back. You actually used acacia's thatch in an Ertabola culture late Mesolithic Denmark village you built recently. I'm so sorry if I butchered the pronunciation of that, but that sounds really cool. Yeah. I haven't, yeah, it's interesting. I haven't built aged thatch at all. I've built a lot of thatch roofs, but they've all been new thatch roofs. So I hadn't even thought about acacia as thatch, which is cool. I'll have to keep it in mind. Pebbles? Pebbles. I'm at the point where where are the pebbles? We haven't, oh, they're literally on my hotbar. Okay, all right. We're getting into signs that I might be tired. And unobservant. I know an archaeologist who's unobservant. Look, I study beads for a living. Or at least my specialty is in glass beads, or at least it started out in glass beads. So I'm used to paying attention to tiny things, which granted meant that I should be able to spot the pebbles in my inventory, the buttons, but I'm using them as pebbles, stone buttons. When I was doing this in creative, I had kind of used some black stone buttons as well, which kind of worked, but I don't have black stone, and I forgot about the black stone buttons until after I started stream. So I was like, well, I'm not gonna go mine for black stone, but they're definitely an option to use as well, because they're pretty useful. Let's put some. Do I have duplicate blocks anywhere? I've got a lot of grass. Let's get some grass and some moss out of my inventory and get some coral back into my inventory. Let's do this one. Okay. So for again, people who hadn't seen me build one of these, I'm using some of the coral fans, the various coral fan blocks, on top of the stones to be a little bit more kind of licheny, or like, you know, the scraggly kind of plants that you get growing in the cracks of rocks, that kind of a thing. So I'm just placing them, but then because there's no water around them, they turn into dead coral fans. But I'm using a variety of colors just to have a little bit of a variety in their texture. I mean, like, you won't notice unless you're like going and specifically inspecting them, but there's subtle differences in the fan coral, which is cool. Yeah, I feel like that's probably pretty good. Let's see. Let's do a zoom out. I feel like we need something down here. This is a lot of cobblestone. We need something to break it up. Have I tried out the bundles? I haven't actually. I've tried bundles like when they originally added them. I tried bundles, and we have those on the server, and they work very well. In terms of, especially for me, because I'm a pack rat and I tend to end up with a whole bunch of stuff. Really, I should have had a bundle that just had all the coral stuff in it, but oh well. So they work really well, especially early game, because I like to harvest like all of the flowers, like one of every flower and stuff to bring to my starter base, and it's very useful to do that. But yeah, I haven't done anything with different colored bundles or anything yet, which is really cool. You're going to comment, but since it's not an option, if you want to check what your color options are, watched a video about a month ago. Oh, I wonder if it will let you post the link. There's a mod now called Axiom, and it lets you do a color field, and I can show you guys this, but it's in a world that kind of died. I messed up with world edit, and so I kind of buried everything. It didn't bury the color field, it just buried all of my test builds, which was a bit annoying. It's builds that I already built, so it doesn't actually matter, but yeah, I was like, I don't need to make a backup, it's fine, and of course it wasn't. So I've had to make a new creative test world for Archaeo SMP. but it's fine. You know what I might just do is I can show you guys that maybe after this, but let me just bring a little more of this. Let me break up this cobblestone texture slightly more. than it is. If you do an ArchaeoPlays SMP Season 3, maybe preserve your current housing and switch the new thatch to age thatch. That's a good point, because that is what we did for between Season 1 and Season 2. Now, Season 3 is a ways off. We're not even going to contemplate ending this season until at least summertime next year. And even then, I don't know that we would end it then. We might, yeah, it depends on what everybody's doing. But it's a good thing to keep in mind, certainly. Yeah, we definitely need like something in here. Let's see, maybe some more glow lichen. Oh, and I can probably work in some of the pressure plates, which just add a little bit more to it. And then if we do maybe a slab. I have andesite slabs, but I don't know that I care. Do a cobblestone slab there. I just want it to be maybe not a slab. Oh no, hold on. Maybe a stair. Maybe a cobblestone stair. Does that work? That works a bit better. Yeah, then it's not just like wall of cobblestone texture. Which isn't bad. It just is, it ends up being very busy and very samey. I like that. I feel like this works. Okay, I have no idea where on the server I am at the moment. I mean, I know I'm in a desert, obviously, and I have a guess as to which desert I'm in, but I don't know. So I'm going to clear out my... You know what? I think what we'll do is we'll finish up with this one in terms of making rock art, and then what I'll do is I can show you the color thing in Axiom and how useful that is, and then we'll probably end the stream because it is getting late here, and I need to function tomorrow unfortunately. Otherwise I might go a little later, but yeah, functionality needs to be achieved. You know, I'm just gonna I was gonna try and organize this, but we're not gonna organize it. We're just gonna put stuff where it fits, and I'll organize it later. And then we'll stop off. Maybe what I'll do is fly to spawn and see if I've got post. But first I'm gonna... Yeah, we're fine. First, okay, I'm gonna bring you guys to this screen. To my just chatting screen, so that I can do this and do trigger ch toggle, and then oh well, we'll see if anybody finds this. I think it's fine. It's probably fine. I'm sure it's fine. Do that, and then okay, and then what I'll do is... This is a good question. Do I remember where spawn is? Vaguely. I should find it if I go sort of this direction, probably. I think. Okay. I will switch screens, I promise. I haven't forgotten. I'm just traveling a little bit for a semblance of secrecy. It's not going to be secret for long, but that's fine. Oh, it would help if I didn't fall off. Hold on. Okay. I believe spawn is this way? Oh yeah, okay, alright, cool. Yeah, we're not that far out. There's a chance people will find that. Probably. Maybe. And if not, oh well. You know where spawn is 00, except it's not on this server. It is, where am I going? It's kind of, okay, hold on. Which direction? I need to go east. I'm like, I know where spawn is, and then I promptly get turned around. This is why I need the coordinates. But spawn is this way. And then we have the jungle. And then, there we go. The Geo Dojo. Okay. I'm unlikely to have post because I recently checked it, but this is our mail system. This is spawn for anyone who hasn't seen spawn. We built a certain amount of it just in a kind of creative get together of the server before the season started. And then a lot of the shops, well, all of the shops and things have sprung up and such. Actually, speaking of which, I should check my shop. Because I don't think I need to restock, but I might. Who knows? We also have an archaeological office. That's what this is. It's great. It taps into my experiences, well, my and other archaeologists' experiences as archaeologists. So the office is as dark and dingy as they frequently are. Okay. I checked this last time I came through for, yeah, okay. So we do kind of need maybe some more candles, but otherwise we're fine. All right, cool. Good to know. Well, I think what we'll do is we'll go back to my base, especially for those of you who might not have seen it. And then we'll sign off of here and I'll show you the Axiom color field, which is really useful in terms of figuring out gradients and such. Nice city builds, thank you. On behalf of everybody who built them. And then, am I this way? Yes. We decided to put our nether portals on the roof this time because we got so burnt out by the nether hub last season that we figured put it on the roof, people can fly directly, and we're gonna decorate things, but and some people have already, I just haven't gotten to it. So this is my base. This is my Neolithic, well, not Neolithic, this is my Scottish base. This is a byre house. They're generally made out of turf. And they have thatch roofs. And then the grindstones all along it are the weights. So you have to weigh down thatch, especially in Scotland, because it'll just blow away. So these are weights connected to all of the ropes that are holding the thatch in place. So I've got my storage building in here, which is just loads of chests. And then this is my main house. And a byre house is a house that has space for animals. Oh, whoops. So in Scotland, cows were incredibly valuable. They still are. So people would actually keep them in their houses, and then they would be able to lock the door so that nobody could steal your cows, basically, or at least not the prized ones. And I've made mine Highland cows. This is just a resource pack that I threw together using the texture from Minecraft Education Edition. But snapshot news today is that they're adding Highland cows into regular Minecraft, which is great. It's just in a snapshot at the moment. And then this is the house portion of the byre house. So there's the hearth in the middle and then some seating around, which then can double as beds and such. So mine is kind of hidden underneath trapdoors. And then you get space up in the rafters for where people would put storage and things. I don't really store anything in here anymore because I've got my storage building, but there's some bits and bobs in places. And then we have the other bits of my base. Recently, I built this whole section. So this is a building for villagers, for villager breeding, because I needed villagers for my farms, which are over here. So I've got here, I'll go into free cam. So I've got wheat and carrots and then beetroot and potatoes. And they're just automatic farms. So they're loaded, well, whenever I'm in an area, in this general area, they're loaded and they go automatically, which is great. And then we got to go up the hill. Scotland is very hilly. We tend to have a lot of things at the base of the hills and a lot of things at the tops of hills. So up here, we have sheilings. And sheilings are houses that were traditionally used by herders of cows or sheep. Predominantly, I mean, like, people would also herd goats in there, but the main animals were cows and sheep, and they would take them up the hill in summertime and then down the hill in wintertime. So most of my cows are up here, and this is where this is a building. So this would be a building that you could use. This is an older style of a shieling, and then this is a newer style of shieling. This was before I built the roof before I had Silk Touch, so I don't have the turf roof is not as finished as it could be, or not as like gradiented as it could be. But yeah, I really like the cobblestone to like dead brain coral to tough gradient that this one has. And then this. I forget who was saying, was it Akashashin you were saying to cover the hills in heather? I've covered it in heather. Also in, well, okay, I've covered it in lilacs because that's the closest we have in Scotland in Minecraft to heather. And then I've also got dandelions, which is the closest we have in Minecraft to gorse, which is a really, really common, really bright yellow flower. It's a bush. It's another flowering shrub like heather, but it flowers yellow. I have more. I need to put a whole bunch more in this zone. And then I'm going to sleep in this shieling. This is also where I've got like most of my crafting stations and dyes and things. And then the shieling up at the top of the hill is where I've got my enchantment set up. And that one, the interior is based off of an actual archaeological site in Glencoe. That a friend of mine and also former student, like one of my first students that I ever taught, which was kind of fun, that he excavated with a team of his up here. I can show you. Well, okay, I can show you if I remember where the massive cave on the mountain is. And I've put all the sheep up here. Okay, so the other thing is that you would have different pastures for sheep and cows. So there would be sheilings for sheep and sheilings for cows, and they would often separate them. They often put them together, but a lot of the time they'd be separated as well. So this one is based off of the one that they excavated in Glencoe a couple years back, which is cool, including the little chest in the floor with storage space. That's like actual archaeological site design there, along with this here, this composter. It's standing in for a midden, a trash midden. So they would dump their trash just along the wall, just outside the door, which seems like a really, I don't know that I would want to dump my trash just outside my front door. That seems, that seems like it would be very smelly very quickly, but yeah, so that's that. And then this, yeah, this one has the enchantment set up, and then the other one has a ladder down to my skeleton farm as well that connects to my mines, which are a whole mess. My strip mining area is a whole mess because I've also been using it to like mine granite and diorite and such, so they're just like big chunks missing. Wonder when that update will... Oh, in spring, really? That'd be really cool. It's like, hold on, wait, subject of map art, you know, paper and compass, so you know where you're going. Yeah, I could. I really should. I just don't trust that I wouldn't still get lost. And then these are honey farms, which I need to restock with, excuse you. Ahem. I do not have armor. Nope. We're just gonna go this way. And we're gonna land in the water so that I don't perish on impact. Midden-like gloves for little kids. Yes, thank you, Dragon. I did notice. Not in any effective amount of time, but I did notice. Yeah, middens, spelled that way, like Akashashin's got it over on YouTube, M-I-D-D-E-N, just means a trash heap. It's just a name for a trash heap. Pile rubbish. And then this is my mushroom farm. I've got automated mushroom farms that work very slowly, but, you know, they're passive. It's fine. And then these are more of the honey farms. And then I've got trees, what I like to call my tree hives. For honeycomb, which I also need to replace the shears, but I've got so much in storage, so I haven't bothered because there's so much. I have so much. Also, there's cake, because there's a tradition in Scotland of giving cake to your bees, which I think is great. So that's a summary of what I've done on Archaeo SMP this season so far. Yeah, let me get back into my my house and like respawn at the right thing. You have to fill the iron shop. Ah, good to know. There are a lot of shell middens by the water that you built. Diorite would be really good for shell middens. Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot. Shell middens are fun. A lot of middens are shell middens. But you also get like bone middens and things, or just like regular miscellaneous everything mixed together. But shell middens often happen because people are just eating a lot of shellfish. And they're like in this one place to eat a lot of shellfish and not do much else a lot of the time, which is great. Okay, I'm gonna sign out of this. Let's stop the recording first off. We're gonna disconnect. Here, we're gonna go to just chatting, so that you don't have to see the screen where I'm hoping that my replay file saves. I'm gonna wait for it to save before I move into a single player world and show you the Axiom color field, which is so useful for gradients. Just ignore everything on the ground because I messed up with world edit and in an embarrassing way. I should have made a backup and I didn't, and it's my own fault, and don't judge me too harshly. Come on, thing, save. Raw diorite does look a lot like shells. Purely coincidence that the shells are garbage in this context. Yes. Diorite, raw diorite has its uses, but there's some very specific uses. Okay, it's almost done saving, I promise. We're almost there. I said that. It's now been sitting at 99% for like 15, 20 seconds. We were close. Come on, you can do it. I need to look into flashback. There's another mod now called flashback for getting like cinematic shots and things. And it does a lot of the same things that replay mod does, but it also does a lot more. I just haven't had the time to sit down and learn it. So I really need to. SMP. Okay. Right, back, single player. We're gonna go to Axiom color field, and you're not gonna judge me. Oh, it's so much worse. I forgot that I was like semi trying to fix it for a while. Oh no. Okay, right. This, like, pay attention to the color field, not the rest of it. Okay, we're gonna face this direction. Okay, no, here, all right, my shame, ready? This is what happened. It's because I was trying to, I was learning Axiom. And the thing is that if you do something with a surface on, like there's a button you can, that's easy to click accidentally, that then just takes the surface you're looking at and like builds it. However many, like, it just does it. And there, as far as I could tell, was no undo button. So, yeah, so ignore it. It's fine. But yeah, this is where I created the Samhain, the festival grounds, and this is the automated farm, and where I was playing with how they matched up. And it's thankfully it didn't make it all the way to my kelp farm thing, so I can still use that. And then this was where I was trying to figure out how to do Triskellies in Minecraft at scale. And this is one that I didn't do, but it could have happened in that. Oh, and it got, aw, man. It would have, I had one that was in cherry blossoms, but it must have gotten rid of it, which is a shame because that took a while to figure out. Anyway, and then this was me trying to figure out if I could do Triskelly beads in Minecraft, but I was like, no, this isn't working. So, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Just don't worry about it too much. It's not that big of a loss. But anyway, Axiom has a lot of things in it, but one of the things you can do is you can make a color field. And so then what you can do is say, okay, well, say I want to go from this red down to like a green. You can basically take, here, let me do it this way. You can start, it puts all of the colors in a gradient in relation to each other, as if they're in like a color wheel. So you can just kind of go through and grab the different blocks as they come. This is going to be really bright at the end. That might be too bright, the block of emerald at the end. But maybe not. Okay, ignoring, here, let's put this in a place where you can actually see it. So you can go from like red nether bricks to dark oak planks to green terracotta to moss to green glazed terracotta to emerald block. And look at how nice that looks. Here, I'll come to a place where you can actually see, well, okay. Let's look at it from above, because that's the best lighting. So yeah, it's really helpful for seeing how to get from one color to another. So it's really great. It does take a little bit of finagling to get it to work, to do the color field. But if you play around with it a bit, it becomes really useful because you can go from any block to any other block. And so long as you just kind of pick block as you go, it doesn't have to be a line, you can just kind of randomly do it. You can get some really nice gradients that you didn't know, that you may not have thought of before. There are also some resources that I can put in. You know what? Let me see if I can find them for you, and see if I can put them in the chats. This might take me a minute, but they're incredibly useful. There's one that is color wheel stuff in terms of understanding how a color wheel works and what different, like, not just complementary colors, but also triads, color triads and things, or what sort of a monochrome gradient might look like. And then there's another tool that you can pick a color. Okay, so let me get the internet back up for you. Hold on. Okay, so excuse me, I can feel a sneeze. And now I've said it, I'm not gonna sneeze. That's annoying. Okay, so this one basically, like, you can pick a color, okay, and then from there you can click like analogous color matching or triad. It gives you like things, colors that are equidistant from the starting color that you want. Complementary is basically what we learned in primary school, but you can do it for any hex color of a color, hex code of a color, which is really helpful. Split complementary also kind of splits it up a little bit, which is nice. So it gives you two colors that are on the opposite end of the spectrum, but are also kind of near each other. And then like there's just a lot of different things that you can do with this. And color mode, this one you can have RGB, but you can also do other color modes as well. So this is really useful for like color palettes. And then here, let me go back to triad. Okay, so we're gonna take this hex code, this pinkish purpley one, which is D2A7D9. We're gonna go to this website, which is just called blockcolorsapp.app. And I'll put both of these in both of the chats. This one, you can take a hex code or just drag it to the color however you want. But you can also take a hex code and it shows you which Minecraft blocks are closest to that hex code. How useful is that? It's so useful. And it shows you full blocks and decorations. It's incredibly helpful. So yeah, so those are other tools you can use in addition to the Axiom color field. So here, let me get these websites in the chats for you guys. I'll get them into both chats. Give me a second. Hold on. Okay, so here is the Adobe color wheel in Twitch, and here it is in YouTube. Yeah, the emerald does look like it's glowing, doesn't it? In that gradient. Why? Oh, can I not? That? Oh, no, I'm just putting it in the wrong... I was like, how can I not post it in chat? But no, I typed it into the search emote bar, that's why. Yet another sign that ArchaeoPlays is tired. And then, okay, this is the next link is the block colors one. There it is for Twitch chat, and here it is for YouTube chat. And I'll put those in the Discord as well. So for anybody who is in either chat, I do have a Discord. You don't have to be subscribed to join. It's free to join. So there's the link in Twitch chat, and then here we go in YouTube. There's the Discord link. So I'm gonna post those in the Minecraft channel in the Discord as well. Just so that everybody has them. And what I might do is pin them to that channel just so that people don't lose the links, because they're so useful. They're such useful links, at least if you're building stuff. So for me at least. So yeah, and then Axiom, I can also give you the Axiom mod I'll give you the Modrinth link for Axiom. There's a lot to Axiom, so you might get overwhelmed, but the color array, color field is very useful. And then Axiom does have other very useful things. It just takes a bit of time to sit down and learn, basically. And I'm not super comfortable with it yet, but it does a lot of things that World Edit does, but in many ways it does it faster and easier. It's a lot to have to like recalibrate what your muscle memory is and everything. So yeah, so that's that. I think what we'll do is probably end the stream here. I'll take the internet off again. And we'll go to, you know what? We'll go to this. We'll go to this screen. But I think what we'll do is end the stream there. I should check and see if I can raid anybody. A lot of the time we raid Loopy, who might be streaming. I have no idea who else might be streaming. Joel vs. Arthritis is streaming, but he's not streaming Minecraft. But it's been a while since we've raided him, because he doesn't usually stream on the same days as me. Is he? I should also hold on just a second. There we go. I'm realizing I should make sure people can't raid me while I'm about to raid other people. He doesn't stream Minecraft anymore at all. Okay, all right. Then let's raid Loopy and keep you guys in Minecraft. YouTube, unfortunately, I'm not able to raid people on YouTube. So this will be goodbye to the YouTube stream. And then I will organize a raid for the Twitch stream. But thank you everybody for stopping by, both on YouTube and on Twitch. I hope you enjoyed the rock art. And there will be a video soon, either next week or shortly thereafter. It depends on potential sponsorship thing. But there should be something soon. And then we'll do an even bigger, even longer video probably, or a deeper dive video on Atlantic rock art in the Minecraft archaeology series. So it'll be good. Right, let me say goodbye. Let's say goodbye to YouTube. I wish I could raid on both, but unfortunately I can only stream on both. Yeah, thank you everybody on YouTube. I will see you soonish. There will be a video. I have started doing premieres for the videos again, so that there's a live chat when the first, like when the video is published. It just is effectively a live chat while the video plays. So keep an eye out for that. But it will also be viewable as a regular video after the premiere. And even during the premiere, you can just rewind it to the beginning. If you come in late and want to watch from the beginning, you can do that as well. So yeah, so keep an eye out for that. And I'll see you guys later. Bye, YouTube. Okay, I think